Welcome to the Fourth Step Podcast. On each episode, we interview recovering addicts and learn their story with addiction. Through exploring personal journeys, we get a glimpse of the depths addicts fall to and their path in recovery. We hope you enjoy the episode. All right, well, welcome to the Fourth Step Podcast. My name is Kevin, and I am an addict.
Hey, Kevin, how's it going?
Good.
Hey, Kevin.
And the co-host,
Josh, addict.
Hi, Josh.
Hello.
And today we have our dear friend with us today that's graced us with his presence.
I'm Sam, and I'm an addict.
Hi,
Hello,
Sam.
Hello.
And so just a full disclosure here, Sam was Josh's sponsor for how many years? Quite a few years?
Quite a few years.
Yeah?
I mean, half the time I've been here, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I've got an even split between the two of you.
when
roughly.
Josh walked in the room
Yeah.
tonight, he said that Sam and I are two of the most influential men in his life.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty. I'm grateful to be support in your life.
Me
Yeah, I'm
too.
grateful to have you guys.
Yeah.
Touched my heart.
Yeah, my whole trajectory in life. I mean, you saw me when I got here.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were a mess.
Yeah.
Hey, a little bit of house cleaning, keeping before we move on. So I just want to put a shout out to two of our podcast friends that also do recovery. The Anonymous podcast.
What is
I
it?
can say that. The Anonymous
There we go.
podcast. I learned talk. And the Living Clean podcast. Two
Words are
of our
hard.
friends that also do recovery-based podcasts. And we have some new subscribers to the show. So Jennifer M., we appreciate your support. And again, just wanted to give a shout out to everybody that listens that's outside of the United States. Believe it or not, we have quite a few followers in Ireland and Australia. Denmark, for some reason, is pretty heavy. So we appreciate
They have
that.
drugs in Denmark.
Yeah,
Yeah. Just a couple.
they sure do.
That's awesome.
All right. So, yeah, we're going to jump right in. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Yeah, you nervous?
A little
Comfortable?
nervous, yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm comfortable.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Happy to be
Okay.
here with you guys.
Yeah.
Well, how are we starting, Josh?
Yeah, childhood trauma. What stands out when you think about growing up and the trajectory and or path that you were on that led you to using? Like what specific instances stand out and kind of the progression of how those things played out, getting you to where you got?
I mean, did you have childhood trauma? Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us
Yeah.
about that.
So my parents were both addicts. Mom and dad both sold drugs. They came from the Bay Area, and that was like how they moved us up to a little town in Nevada County, and that's like how they bought their property, was with drug money.
Mm.
And
Were you your only child?
no, I have a younger brother, 3.5
Yeah.
years younger. But they moved us up there with the intention of like moving away from the lifestyle, did a geographic and all that. And they didn't want us growing up in that lifestyle, but they had no idea about, getting clean or Narcotics Anonymous or anything to do with
They were
like,
still in
Recovery
the life.
at all?
yeah, recovery of any kind. My mom wanted to change her life, I think, and my dad didn't really. But anyway, they moved us up to Rough and Ready when I was 3. And, my childhood prior to probably like 7, 8 years old is real spotty. I got like spotty memories. I don't remember a whole lot.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why that is. I've tried to like remember stuff, but like there's lots of traumatic memories. And then
I was just talking to my mom today about how it's the same way for me. We're talking about my dad, and I was saying I think my brain has like unintentionally, intentionally like overwritten portions of my life, and all I can see is the trauma, like all the things that were traumatic to me. Like most of my childhood is like, I don't fucking really, I just remember it sucked, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until I got into like Little League and sports, then I really remember that. And then like a lot of constant memories happened. I mean, and I know there was some good stuff that went on in my childhood, but like if we're talking about the traumatic stuff that happened, like, you know, my mom, there was two separate styles of parenting. Really, there was neither of them were very good. Neither of them were really parenting. You know,
Yeah.
my mom would go into these rages and explode, break stuff, throw things against the wall, scream at my dad, freak out, scream at us kids, and my dad would like just completely shut down and walk out of the house, disappear off into the property because we had like 10.5 acres. And if my mom, excuse me, if my mom didn't leave, then he would eventually come back and usually have like bloody knuckles from punching a tree or something, you know?
Wow.
And so I would see that like there's two different ways to deal with emotions, but one of the earliest ones that really stands out for me was like, I was probably, I know that I was small enough to not be able to see over the dash of an old like 67 Chevy pickup. And I remember my mom just freaking out, breaking stuff, throwing coffee cups, and screaming as loud as she could, calling my dad names and calling, you know.
You were in the truck and they
This
were
was
out?
no, this was in the house still.
Oh,
So, and I'm hiding. Me and my brother, he was like a toddler, and I was probably 5 or 6, and we're hiding under this table, and then my mom starts screaming, "Sam, get in the." Am I allowed to cuss on this thing?
yeah.
Get in the fucking truck. We're leaving. We're getting the fuck out of here. Get in the fucking. And she's screaming at me, you know, and I'm like, I'm crying and scared, and finally I'm like, I better just go and do what she says, you know. And my dad's just quiet. He's not doing nothing.
So your dad shuts down and your mom rages.
Rages. And so I go and get in this truck with her, and she takes off, peels out the dirt driveway, flinging gravel.
Is your brother with you?
No, she left him there.
Oh.
And you know, for our youngest years, I was always the screaming post, you know. And
Yeah.
and so we tore out of there, and she's just screaming at me like, you know, this is the way I remember it. After doing step work and stuff, I don't know that she screamed these things directly at me, but like, you're a piece of shit. You're going to be just like your father. He's worthless. He's not ever going to amount to anything, and you're going to be just like him, you know. And and this went on for miles, and we went down to Smartsville or somewhere, and then by the time we got there, like, I'm crying and screaming, I'm scared, there's squealing tires and all kinds of shit, and then by the time we get there, she's come down off of this rage, and then she's crying and apologizing and asking for, you know, telling me how sorry she is and how much she loves me. Oh, and not to mention, she's just earlier screaming how much I'm the worst thing that happened to her is she wished I was never born and all this kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know? So in the matter of 30 minutes, I'm the worst thing that ever happened to her, and then the best thing that ever happened to her, and she's so sorry and she loves me so much, you know. And so lots of mixed messages.
Crank is a fucking real drug.
Dude, I'll tell you what. But lots of mixed messages for a 6-year-old, you know. And
Yeah.
that was just like one instance of the emotional stuff that started at such a young
Did you ever
age.
find out if it, like, she has like borderline or
I'm pretty sure she's bipolar or something, you know.
Bipolar, yeah.
She's 73 now. She still uses drugs. She's on
long time to be
Prozac now.
putting in.
She's been using for 60 years probably or more.
Jesus Christ?
Her grandmother gave her, you know, the medical grade drugs when she was a little girl to help her and for her and her sister to help her clean the house and stuff when she was.
What
you
a
know.
good yeah, no, I don't. I was gonna say what a good family values, but I mean, I don't want to talk shit about your family.
It's
That's
fine.
I mean, I say that because
It's not talking shit when it's the reality, you know.
Yeah, it seems like everybody has some form of trauma.
Yeah.
Even when we found that even when we interview somebody and they go, "No, my childhood wasn't traumatic."
It's so relative.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that they have a perception of what happened to them wasn't trauma. when in fact, clinically, is deemed trauma.
Well-
I like the saying of the worst thing that's ever happened to you is the worst thing that's ever happened to you.
Yeah, I mean, even now, my kids growing up with two parents that are, we're blended family, but two parents that grow up in the rooms
Yeah.
have their own kind of trauma that they're going to experience or talk about later. I already know that, and we've just done the best we can as two parents in recovery. So
Well, it's pretty important for you to remember that you broke the cycle.
for sure, I mean, that's been the goal.
Yeah. All right. So you're a kid getting screamed at, and your mom's giving you mixed
Is that the end of
messages.
that specific episode?
That specific episode, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
stands
that's
out
one
next?
of many just like that,
So this is still, you're 5, 6 years old, you were saying?
5, 6 years old. My mom left my dad when I was 9, and how that, I mean, there was
It was, I'm assuming in between those two periods of time, it was a lot of the same kind of,
so many times. I mean,
same stuff.
so many times. I can't even, that was just the one that stands out the most. And it was
Sure.
just so commonplace that I can't really, separate that one from others, really. The next real big thing that when my mom left my dad for her mechanic, which was my dad's buddy that he was hanging out with at the time.
Yeah.
She, had told us, "Oh, I'll be home later," and then just never came home, and continued to not come home for days at a time. My dad didn't tell us what was going on. He's just like, "I don't know. She's staying out with friends," and he knew what was going on.
Oh, wow.
And so we'd be like waiting at the window for her to come home, and then she just wouldn't show up, And there was no real like trauma from my dad other than him not being present, or not like, it was the whole distance thing with him. He didn't know how to say I love you. He didn't know how to
Yeah.
give you a hug, or
I found in the last few years that that's its own type of trauma.
yeah.
It's, like keeping love from you,
Mm-hmm.
or not receiving any, comfort or nourishing from your parents is a different type of trauma.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So when my mom when they did finally tell us that she left my dad, they were separating for good. There was a lot of her saying she was going to come pick us up or come see us, and never showing up. So we'd be waiting there, waiting for her to come for hours on the porch, or watching the road that was across the valley, because you could see the vehicles come down. So we'd wait there for hours, waiting for her to show up, and her just not show up, not call. This is long before cell phones. So, you'd have
Yeah.
waiting for the phone to ring. So there was just lots of that abandonment issues during that time.
Absolutely.
There was always people coming and going, because of the drug dealing going on, but we didn't really know what that was like back then.
And that was, so you were still living with your dad?
Still living with my dad at the time. Somewhere around 10, my mom finally got a place with her boyfriend, and so we were allowed to, go stay wherever we wanted. And even though like my mom and I always had all that trauma with my mom, like that's where I went, because it was the trauma bonding, I think,
Yeah, it could be.
We were trauma bonded, and my dad was so distant that it was easier to just be like, well, I want to be with her. And so we went and lived with her most of the time. And there was a lot of, prior to 10 years old, like I tried my first drug, and I remember I had a friend who lived down the NID ditch, and down some dirt trails and down the NID ditch, and we would ride dirt bikes to each other's houses to get there. And I went over there one day, And this actually was before my parents split up because. So I went over there one day and we smoked weed out of a aluminum can, aluminum can pipe. And I remember, it was with his older brother and his older brother's friend. And so I was like, I remember being uncomfortable or nervous because it was the older brothers.
Yeah.
And I took a hit off this weed. I remember this so vividly still to this day. I was 9 years old. I took a hit off this aluminum pipe and I like coughed before I got it away from my mouth and blew all the weed off. And I was like,
no.
oh shit. But none of them were talking, laughing. None of them were paying attention. So I like handed it to somebody else real quick and then they were like, what the, you lost the weed. I was like, it wasn't me, and lied to them. And they were like, oh, whatever. And put more in there, but like just lied about it. I was so scared and nervous and just wanted to fit in so bad,
Did you get high that first time?
I did get high the very first time I smoked weed. And that's part of what like hooked me right then.
So you knew.
I knew I wanted to do that the rest of my life.
Wow. First time.
I did, dude. I remember having that thought.
9 years old.
9 years old. I think I'd already tried cigarettes too with those same kids.
Yeah.
And for the first year of smoking cigarettes, every time I'd smoke a cigarette, I'd get a head rush. Because I remember vividly, like, I don't remember the day or any of that sort of stuff, but like the first time I smoked a cigarette and I didn't get a head rush, I was like, oh, that's broken kind of thing. Like that don't work no more, And
wow.
But
yeah, so the first time you got high is 9.
First time I got high is 9, and I remember getting a ride back from my buddy on his dirt bike, and I wasn't worried about what kind of chaos or, what I was going to be walking into in the house. And I walked into the kitchen and stood between my parents and didn't really hear what they were talking about or anything, and I wasn't worried about it. I wasn't worried about if they were going to fight, if they were going to blow up, if shit was going to hit the wall. Didn't matter. So,
you started living with your mom.
Started living with my mom. I definitely wasn't smoking weed very often then. I knew I wanted to do that. I knew they smoked weed. I didn't even know how to smoke weed yet. Like I remember finding a joint at my mom's and going, well, how do I smoke this? I don't have a can.
So you weren't like schooled yet?
No.
When did that start?
It wasn't long because
Nevada County, dude.
Yeah, Nevada County. So it wasn't long. I told my mom I started living with her in Penn Valley. I started hanging out in Penn Valley like every day. Every day after school, and there was a lot of older kids there. So we hung out there every day.
Like at the park?
At the park, in town, around the trailer park.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And so part of my deal there was like, I was down to go in and steal cigarettes from the store. That was part of my thing, was like I'd go in there and steal cigarettes. I was wanting to do that. Nobody else would go in there and steal cigarettes, but I didn't care. I'd go in and steal cigarettes. I'd do that from Rough and Ready Market. Like that was before I really got into smoking weed every day and stuff. Like the rush of stealing was like there, and shoplifting. And so that's probably where a lot of the schooling started happening. Like, oh, you can smoke joints too, or you can also drink. Like you can drink alcohol. And I remember breaking into my mom's bedroom to try to look for weed or cigarettes or something. Weed, actually. And I found her weed, but there was no pipe and there was no joints. And it was just weed. And I was like, what am I going to do with that? But they had a tape recorder going in their room and they recorded me breaking into the room.
Oh, wow.
So I was like,
were they paranoid?
No, I was like, that they must have just had a suspicion that I was going to break into the room or something.
That's weird.
They were using drugs, selling drugs.
Yeah. Paranoid.
and her and her boyfriend used to fight all the time, and we were all kind of.
So your mom was just pulling the same stuff as before with your dad.
Oh yeah, and
with
she
him.
would freak out all the time. You know,
So nothing's really changed with
nothing
mom.
changed. Freaking out. By this time I was like 11, and also by this time I was an angry kid. So I would like, and when she'd tell me I was a piece of shit or she hated me, I'd say I fucking hate you too. This is your fault. Fuck you. You know, and I'd punch holes in walls and shit. By then I'd probably broken my hand already and punching a stud in the wall, and I love to break drywall. So it's funny that I fix it now.
That's funny. You had a lot of practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
But that night, I broke into her room.
It's a living amends.
Yeah, dude, lifelong.
Sam's a drywaller by trade.
Yeah, ever since I got clean.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that night, my mom recorded me. Like, she questioned me about it, and I told her, yeah, I broke in your room. I was looking for weed, and she rolled a joint and smoked it with me that same night. I was 11 years old.
11 years old, your mom decides to get high with you.
Yep. And so from that point forward, I was getting high probably as often as possible. If not every day, as close to it as possible. As many days a week as possible. Definitely every weekend. And
Yeah. Did your mom feel like she'd rather you get high with her if you're going to get high?
that was part of it. She would rather I get high at home. She'd rather I drink at home.
Yeah.
She wanted me to be safe at home rather than out, gallivanting around and wherever, doing it other places.
Which is really ironic. Safe at home with her.
At 11 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the chaos and dysfunction.
Right. Yeah.
I used to ride with her I didn't know at the time, but I'd be riding with her to go. Well, she went and did drug deals and stuff, and I didn't know what was going on. I mean, she'd meeting her friends, her friends from Marysville or Yuba City,
Right, yeah.
or whatever. Later on, I found out she was like
making drops
or picking up because she was like selling more than just stuff I knew she was selling.
Yeah. Do what you got to do.
Yeah. I mean, this whole time she worked though. Like I did get my work ethic from my mom. Like growing
Really?
up, she worked multiple jobs. When I was a little kid, she worked like 3 jobs at a time while selling drugs. And then when I got older, she was like the school custodian at the school that I went to school at, which pissed me off because I had to stop vandalizing the school. I felt guilty about it.
Your mom had to fix what
Yeah,
you
she'd
fucked
have
up.
to fix it and clean up and shit. So like I stopped vandalizing the school because I didn't want my mom to have to clean up my fucking mess. And
Did you ever
shit,
fuck anything up and tell her it was you?
No, I did. I stopped when she got the job. I stopped vandalizing
Entirely.
shit entirely because
Wow.
because I was like, and I was pissed about it, but I stopped. Started vandalizing other places, But
That's funny.
yeah,
Were you like scared of her if she found out? Or just was it out of respect?
I think it was just out of respect.
Wow.
Yeah, I just didn't want her to have to clean. Like,
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, I was a little asshole. I'd piss on shit and fucking break shit. And
I mean, you sound like a lot of us. We all, I don't know about you, Josh, but I
did all
the
that
same
stuff
thing.
too. Yeah.
That's normal behavior for a teenage drug addict.
yeah, I mean, I was not quite a teenage yet, but
What was
10,
the, what was-
11.
what was the progression from there? What happened next?
so from there.
Any more standout trauma, or is it next you just kind of transition into?
There was a
hard
couple
drugs?
things. I mean, like, so there was I told you I used to steal stuff from Rough and Ready Market. Well, there was the owner of the market worked there, and it was, I mean, so I used to go in there and steal, and this guy would. It was almost like a transactional thing. Like this dude, the first time it happened, I was like, did he just touch my ass? Thought to myself, and and then I was like, I don't know. But I noticed like if I would like this guy would I'd go in there. My mom had an account there, so we could charge shit.
Oh, wow.
And I'd been going in there since I was a little kid. I got caught shoplifting candy, and my mom made me take it back. And so anyway, I've been going there for years. Well, one time this guy walked by me and brushed my ass, and I was like,
How old were you? 9.
I could have been 9, could have been 11. You know, I don't remember the
yeah.
exact age, but
All right.
I know as I got into shoplifting cigarettes and, different stuff, I would go in there and I kind of let it happen. And he would make sure to be like looking the other way all the time while I was shoplifting stuff. And so I didn't really think of it as trauma at the time. It was kind of like, oh, my way to get shit. But later on, it did affect me. Like, it affected how I thought. I was like, started questioning my sexuality and
Right.
different stuff.
Did the
like,
touching continue?
no, it didn't go beyond that. It never went beyond that.
Okay.
It never was talked about. It was almost like an unwritten transactional. You touch my ass, I steal your shit.
You were just stealing because you're hoping he'd touch your ass again.
Yeah, it could have been, yeah.
Fucking Josh.
So don't get me wrong. There was times where I thought, like, maybe I should go try and sell my ass to this guy for some money or something.
God.
Uh,
Oh, man.
part of me is like, thank God my parents were selling me drugs, because if they weren't, I would have been selling my ass and doing all kinds of shit, I was blessed, dude.
I got
Bless.
fucking missed that one. Thank God.
Dodge that bullet for me. That's how I know that fucking I just got to hear other people's stories and be like, okay, that's a yet for me.
Yeah.
Because I definitely would have been doing it.
You're at this point where you're starting to get high every day.
Starting to get high every day, doing chores for weed.
Where did crank show up?
Not till I was like 15. So
Okay, so it was weed, alcohol, and
weed, alcohol, then crank. So there was some acid before crank, and maybe mushrooms before crank as well.
sounds right.
Yeah. Cool. So asking for weed pipes for Christmas presents, birthday presents, stuff like that.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah. And that's what I'd get,
Wow.
Around like 11, 12, I had my first overdose of alcohol. Or like I went to the neighbor house. There was this house that was kitty cornered to my mom's house. And the only 2 times I ever drank too much alcohol was at that same house. And it was about probably 4 years apart. And so the first time I went there, and some older kids that I grew up with my whole life, like brothers, I went there and I drank probably, a pint of gin to try to show off with the older kids. And
Jen.
I polish it off and I'm hanging out, and all of a sudden I'm like, I'm wasted, so I'm like, I lay down on this pool table. Next thing you know, my buddy Joe, he's passed away since, but he's like, Sam, get up, you got to go home, dude. Your mom's gonna be pissed at me. And he's trying to drag, and I'm bigger than Joe. He's a few years older than me, but I'm bigger than him at that point. So I was a big kid. And he's like trying to drag me home. And he finally this is all stuff I learned later. I don't remember any of this. Picks me up, trying to pick me up, tries to put me in a wheelbarrow. And the wheelbarrow tips over. So then he goes and get my mom's boyfriend. They put me on a piece of plywood and drag me home on the piece of plywood. I was a big solid kid, And so they leave me outside in front of the house on a piece of plywood. And I'm just wasted, My mom gets home and is just, pissed, pissed. And just starts slapping.
Were you still outside when she got
Outside,
home?
just starts slapping the shit out of me, screaming at me, you fucking asshole. I wake up the next day in the back of her truck. They finally moved me in the back of her truck, and I'm under 6 blankets, but I'm just covered in puke and fucking,
Yeah.
just covered in puke, and they left me outside, puked all over myself. And I was like
Fucking
11.
old,
Wait,
bro.
outside on the front lawn?
In the back of her pickup truck outside, yeah. 11 years old,
Shit'll buff out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she comes out next morning?
She comes out. Or I went in. I woke up before everybody,
Oh.
first sunlight, and what the fuck, And then she tells me, I'm sorry I slapped you and yelled at you. I don't remember any of that, But that was also that was part of her, anytime anything, anytime I get hurt or any of that sort of stuff, I'd make a mistake. That was some of her reaction was anger.
Yeah.
My brother and I, one time when we were playing tag, we weren't supposed to get out of the pickup truck, but we got out of the pickup truck being little kids, and we ran opposite corners, and his head hit my head, gave me a black eye. I mean, one of those black eyes that instant boom,
Yeah.
and it was like my whole eye was swelled shut, and she just screamed at me from Penn Valley to all the way back home to Rough and Ready by Lake Wildwood, all the way back to Rough and Ready. Just screamed at me that I was.
Looking back at her behavior the whole time you're growing up, was that something that you modeled later in life?
No.
So yeah, I'm just curious because sometimes it happens either you follow that or you do the opposite.
There's been moments for sure.
Yeah.
But overall, it's been the opposite.
Yeah.
When the moments happen, I definitely have been like, oh, I need to go make amends to my kids. Or
Yeah, that's good.
in relationships prior to the one I'm in now, there was definitely some modeling of the type of
Of that
behavior, the motion, because I was broken.
Yeah, years ago, a therapist told me that one of the reasons, because they were very familiar with the 12 steps and recovery and all that stuff, and they were very familiar with like the behaviors that our parents portrayed as we grow up. Is the first thing we learn how to do is to mimic our parents, because that's our main teacher. And either you grow up like, I'll never be like that and never be like that, or you grow up and you mimic exactly what you were shown.
So with my
interesting.
daughter, it was real easy to not be that way because it's my daughter. She's a
Right.
girl. I need to be sweet and loving
Yeah,
and
yeah.
kind, and you know. But then when I got together with my wife and she brought a son into the relationship, I was like, I don't know how to raise a son, and I had to catch myself with the man box stuff and all that, like all the stuff. That's where I did have to like relearn or
Yeah.
reteach myself some of that, because it was a boy, and I'm starting to do some of the same stuff was like that I was taught. Y'all be tough. You don't, and I wasn't like loving and kind, or
Yeah.
not as, giving the hugs and the kisses.
Nourishing.
Yeah. And then I was like, what? He needs the same stuff my daughter needs. He's still a kid. you know?
Yeah, definitely.
So
Ah, good. I mean, that's something that we could be grateful for, is working the steps,
yeah,
right?
for sure.
Yeah, it's a pretty big testament, really. Just
Absolutely. Look at our
doing the
lives.
work. Yeah, it's
When you were 15, you're telling that story about like being drunk on your. I flashed to a memory that I had of. I was 15. I had just ran away like a couple months before from home, and my parents had been separated since I was a toddler, like a newborn. And I grew up with my dad, but I was living on the streets. I was getting drunk with a bunch of kids, or like 4 other kids, and I got so plowed that I was making such a scene that the neighbors, we were in the creek somewhere, and the people living around called the cops. Cops showed up, and I'd been puking and just flopping around and slurring, and like the cops pull up, and the back door is open in the cop car. And so I go to get in. I know I'm going to get locked up. I go to get in, and he goes, "No way, buddy. You're not getting in my car. We're calling your mom. She's going to come pick you up." And they called my mom.
Oh no.
She came and picked me up.
Yeah.
And I go, I just want to sit down. They go, "You're not touching my car." Cops wouldn't even let me get in.
Yeah. He's
They
like,
want
you're,
nothing
he's
to
like,
do
you're
with
too
me.
covered in puke.
Yeah.
I got fucking brought home by cops so many fucking nights, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was not good at getting away with anything. Nothing. I remember one time specifically, I was stumbling down 49, so drunk I could barely stay on my feet. And I think I was on mushrooms too. And walking, like coming down the hill from Grass Valley between Brewer and Combi. Like I just got over that hill where you can see the intersection coming down the hill into Combi, and I fell into the guardrail and was like fell and got up, and cars are flying by, and it's nighttime, and I remember I'm on the ground, and I remember, hey buddy. And I was like, oh, and next thing I know, I'm in the back of a cop car, just fucking tripping, throwing up, and they bring me to my parents' house. And that was a repeat. Did that over and over. That was one of the things that when my parents sent me away, they were like, we don't know what to do. You keep getting brought home by cops and stumbling down the freeway drunk. It was like the big thing that stood out for them, you know? Yeah.
I mean, how would you feel if your kids?
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, there's just the stumbling around drunk and throwing up, and the cop car yeah,
over and over.
Yeah, yeah.
By the way,
I'm pretty sure I need to do that again.
Anybody that's listening, all these places that these guys are mentioning is in Northern California.
Yep.
So
Nevada County specifically.
Yeah, yeah. So I know my parents instilled in me, like, as a young kid, like I taught, like, I don't know, early, probably around 6 and stuff, like, you need to be careful if it's the police, like, if you're going to speak with them, or you're just, me and my brother sat us down.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be very careful what you say to them and stuff, because if you say the wrong thing, they could come to our house and we could get in trouble. We could lose our house, and we could lose you guys even, you know? And so, the police that were supposed to be people that are there to serve and protect became now the enemy, you know?
Yeah.
And to be feared. And so that carried on for me. And so, like, even getting loaded and stuff was like, well, I better just stay in this house and not do stuff like stumble down the highway and shit like that, you know?
Yeah.
Until I started tweaking, but, you know, then it was like, go out at night.
Yeah, dude, stay out at night.
Yeah. In the dark.
For multiple nights.
In the shadows.
In a row.
I had a friend, Laura. Laura told me stories about her and her husband when their daughter was a toddler and they were still getting loaded, that they taught their daughter to give them a heads up if the cops come. And so she said every once in a while, her daughter's like, I think she said like 4 or 5. Their daughter would yell out, "Get down! It's the cops!" These little 4 or 5-year-olds screaming at their parents, "Get down! It's the cops!" That's crazy.
Yeah.
Right. So where in your life did you connect? If looking back now, did you connect like this is where it started, where I was completely addicted and I'm doing drugs to change the way I feel?
Well, let's see. So
did it happen with weed and alcohol, or was it like it happened with weed and alcohol, but then it really progressed when it got into more hard drugs?
No, it definitely happened with weed. So alcohol was never really, it was not that it wasn't a problem, but like once when I drank, you know, got so sick from it that time, I kind of steered away from it a little bit, you know, for a little while. Weed, I was like a crackhead for weed, man. If I like ran out of weed, I'd be scraping my pipes, or I'd be searching the floor for weed.
Dude, yeah.
Oh yeah, like I knew that I had to have weed, and if I didn't have weed, I was a mess. And that was at 11, 12, 13, you know. You know, I mean, I was smoking weed every day. I went on a trip my grandma took me to Washington, D.C. in 7th grade, so 12 years old.
Oh, you snuck weed on the plane?
No.
Oh.
No, I'd already been smoking weed every day, though. And weed and cigarettes every day for a year at least, probably a year. And so we went for, we'll say, I think it was 11 days. I went for 11 days with no weed or cigarettes on this trip. And I was just coming down and fucking angry and fucked up the whole time. And I swear, the way I remembered as a kid was I grew a bunch during that time. But I had this growth spurt during that trip because all the shit was out of my system. But I was like a mess, dude. The whole trip, I'm like crying and like having emotions and cussing at my grandma and like, and just being a straight asshole, you know. And I wore this weed leaf hat that I had, and like she's like, "Do you know what that is on your hat?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know what this is." Like, just being a total dick to my grandma, you know. And she was the sweetest lady. And,
Oh, that's
I mean, yeah, she didn't know how to be all loving and huggy or any of that stuff either, but she like always would come and pull us out of that mess once a year and take us to do things and stuff, you know.
well,
and
that's cool.
give us love.
Yeah.
I got to make amends to her later, but yeah, so I was definitely already fully addicted by then.
Damn. What about like transitioning from into high school?
So I didn't graduate. I got a certificate of completion from junior high. I didn't graduate.
Junior high?
Junior high.
So you completed 8th grade?
I completed. I did all my test scores and everything were always really high, but
Really?
I refused to do homework.
Wow.
I just wouldn't do homework. I'd go home. I mean, I'm not doing any work at home. Sorry, guys. And so I would ace all the tests at school, do all the schoolwork, but I refused to do homework. And my parents didn't follow through on anything.
Yeah, they didn't give
So-
a shit.
So I failed. But so I didn't get the year after I went to high school. It was mandatory for all kids to have the chance to go to a regular high school, but they sent me straight to continuation high school, which is what I wanted to do anyway, because I knew that's where all the people that were smoking weed and doing all the stuff I was
Oh,
doing
yeah.
were going. You
Where
know,
did you go? Silver Springs?
Sierra Mountains.
Sierra Mountain.
And so I was like, I don't care. This is where I want to go anyway. You know.
Yeah.
And my first year of high school, I fought my dad about going to school every day. By then I think there was a period of time where like my dad was in such this deep depression that he like didn't pay any of his bills, let the power go out at his place.
Wow.
We didn't see him for like maybe 2 years.
This is back on the property.
Yeah, and we didn't see him for maybe 2 years. We'd see him. He'd come visit my mom or whatever, probably bring drugs or whatever. But that's the only time we'd see him. And then, like my mom and I would have these blow up fights, and she'd like kick me out. And you know, I think around high school, like she finally had enough of me for punching holes in the walls, and I got into a physical altercation with her boyfriend. And
Really?
yeah, I thought I was gonna kick his ass, and then he like put me in some headlock thing and backed me out of the house and didn't even fight me. And it made me really embarrassed. And then she's like, "You fucking get out of here. You're gone," you know, and kicked me out. I went back to my dad's, but I was so sure I was going to kick his ass and it didn't happen, you know,
And he had a little bit more experience.
a little
than
more
you.
experience, a little more age and strength, old man strength, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Old man.
So you silly large kid.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Stop.
Yeah. I tackled him for sure. And then he just got the better of me, you know? But, so my first year of high school, I mean, we would, just go to school when I would get there, maybe by second period, because I'd fight my dad about going. And then we had these block periods and we'd skip multiple block periods. We'd either skip second and third or skip fourth and fifth and just be out smoking weed and doing whatever. Started doing acid a little bit here and there, drinking. We'd hang out in Grass Valley or hang out in Penn Valley. We'd get hassled by GVPD for smoking cigarettes. Grass Valley Police Department.
Yeah.
I wasn't really doing any like crimes or anything at this point because I was just about smoking weed. And my mom's boyfriend at one point told me he was trying to do something good. And he sat me and my brother down. He said he wanted to explain to us what addiction was and that my parents were drug addicts, including him. They were all drug addicts and they were all on meth. And like, it wasn't really like their fault. He I don't remember if that's exactly how he put
Okay.
it. This is kind of how I heard it, you know?
Yeah.
It wasn't really like they weren't meaning. What he said was they weren't meaning to be the people that they were being and they weren't meaning to treat us the way they were. It had a lot to do with the drugs and the addiction and this and that.
Yeah.
And so what I got out of it was like, I better not ever do meth.
That's actually pretty cool, to be honest. I think that's pretty cool that
It's a good intention.
it was a very good intention. Yeah, it was good
Yeah.
intention.
He was probably super high when he did it.
I'm sure he was, dude.
He's like, I need to fucking,
I'm going to be a wise man.
I got to
Yeah.
tell these kids something.
He was an interesting guy, dude. He used to do shit like he had a bunch of fireworks all the time, and so he'd do shit like all of a sudden he'd come flying out of the room, and he'd be walking around the house naked and shit sometimes.
With
Just-
fireworks.
Well, he'd come running out of the room naked with with bottle rockets, launching them at us in the house and shit, and we just fucking scatter, me and my buddies. We'd fucking run out the house. They'd be like, "What the fuck is going on?" I'd be like, "This is normal."
Could you imagine this naked guy running through at your friend's house?
Oh, big old flopping dick too, dude. I was like,
Shooting
that gave me some insecurities. I'm like, shit,
bottle
man.
rockets.
That gave me some major insecurities right there.
That would be enough trauma. Your friends probably had trauma around that.
I'm sure they probably did, yeah.
Never forget it, dude.
Hey, the safe house where we could drink and smoke weed, but every now and then there's a fucking naked dude that runs out with fireworks.
You got to put up with something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pros and cons.
The mom will buy his beer, but
Right.
her boyfriend's naked.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh shit! All right. Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I never heard
crazy.
that. That's good, dude.
Yeah.
There's. I was getting to the point where how do we get to getting to the later years, 18-ish? Have you had any major consequences?
No major consequences until I was in my early 20s.
Yeah.
I didn't really.
As an adult.
Yeah, so there was like I was getting at, like I didn't really do anything crime wise other than shoplifting.
Yeah.
And I didn't get caught for any of that. I think I was pretty good at shoplifting. I was pretty good at it. But no, I didn't really do anything else because I was like all about smoking weed
Yeah.
and drinking here and there. Then getting into some hallucinogenics.
I think I was this same way. I didn't. Yeah, some shoplifting, and I didn't want to do a lot of crime, but to me, selling drugs was not like a criminal act.
See, I never
was
sold
a-
drugs either.
I was a businessman.
Yeah, I got it from my parents mostly, and I didn't really like need to sell drugs, I guess.
All right.
So you thought I'm never going to do meth because of that conversation.
Yeah.
And then how long did that last and what happened? Like what made the change?
Well, at 15, I started hanging out with this guy, this buddy of mine, and there was just one night we were at his house and they were going to be doing some meth, and I think I was going to leave, and I was like, I remember having this thought, like, well, I can't continue to judge my parents if I don't know what it's like to do that drug. I remember that's the thought I had.
Yeah, no, looking back, you can clearly see, that's your addict talking.
And I was like, so I'm going to try it. And I did it. And I didn't even like it the first night. I stayed up.
What'd you do? Snort it?
I think we smoked it. Yeah, I don't remember exactly snorted or smoked. We might have done both, snorted and smoked it. And I stayed up all night. It was gone right away, pretty much, It's not like we had a lot. I stayed up all night. Felt like shit the next day. I was like, this is stupid. I don't even like this. And then, like, by the weekend, I think we were doing it again,
And then it clicked.
Yeah, and then by the next time, I was like, oh, I do like this.
Was it meth then? Or was crank still
It was
around?
still crank. I mean, it was crank. I don't know. I think it was the
I
same
learned there's a
thing then.
distinction between the
Those
two
two are
and
the
how
same
it's
thing.
made.
It's just, yeah. The only thing that's really different is crystal, I think. There's new stuff now that's different, but
Jeez,
It's
all that
all-
stuff scares me now.
yeah, I don't even know. There was a couple other things that happened. My mom got that same Chevy pickup truck that
She's had that thing for a while now.
it's gone now. It's long gone. This is what ended that truck.
Oh,
We were at on my brother's birthday. There was a Christmas party at her work, and we're there at this Christmas party, and she's getting drunk, and her friends come to me, and these are like tweaker friends, but they all work together and they all work at this hotel, and I've grown up around them, so
Yeah.
like these are the people that this was like our
Community.
our community of drug addicts,
yeah.
and
I get it.
they have kids that I hang out with, that sort of thing. So they come to me and they go, you got to get your mom's keys. She's not going to be able to drive. She's drunk. So I get her keys and And then a little bit, not long after that, she gets angry.
Hmm.
And when she gets angry and she's drunk, she's even more inconsolable than when she's just angry and raging. And so she starts freaking out, and she's like, "Give me my fucking keys! I'm getting out of here! Fuck this!" I'm like, "I'm not giving you your fucking keys. Like, fuck off, fuck you." And at this time, I'm probably 16, 15, 16. By this time, I've already had enough of her shit. Like, when she gets pissed off, I'm like, "Fuck you! I don't care. Say whatever you want. Fuck off." So she gets in her truck, and I sit in the truck next to her. Probably before I was like to the fuck off point, I was like trying to calm her down a little bit. She starts trying to kick at me, and her dog's in between us. So she's kicking her dog. So I slide out the truck, put her dog in her friend's car, and then I'm like, "Well, fuck you." I shut her passenger door. Well, this truck you could start with a screwdriver because it was an old Chevy.
Yeah.
She fires it up and throws it in reverse and starts backing up. And I'm like, "Oh, fuck. Like, I got to get in there and stop her." Jump in this truck. Do you guys know where the Northern Queen is?
Yes.
Anyway, she flies out of this place. And make a long story short, she makes it around a few corners, and I start out crying a little because I'm scared. The emotions hit me, and I'm scared. And then I'm like, she's screaming at me, and she's screaming, "I'm gonna wreck it. I'm gonna fucking kill us," And
Yikes.
I'm just like, so then I'm scared, and then I'm like, making a couple more corners, and then I'm just like, "Fuck it. If you're gonna fucking do it, just fucking do it then. Just fucking kill us." That's what I said. And she punches it and hits this embankment. My door hits a wall, pops us up on the side. My door hits a tree, slides us in between a telephone pole and a fucking
Jesus Christ.
cops show up. I have to like pop her out of the truck, and like she falls off the truck, and yeah, so stuff like that
So
was
she tried to kill
she tried to kill us. Yeah,
What'd the cops do?
they took her to jail, and they came and sat with me. I had like weed on me. I like slid it in my jacket, and this is one of my first real interactions with cops. And I'm sitting there with the cop in the cop car waiting for my dad to show up. Luckily, he answered his phone. And,
Oh, wow.
And I hear over the radio, "Your victim is trying to bolt."
Oh, no.
And I'm like, "Oh, fuck." I'm like, "I bet you that's my mom." And the cop comes running over. "You got to get out of my car. I got to go." Leaves me standing in the
You're
fucking
kidding
middle
me.
of the street in Nevada City. I'm a teenager,
He's got to go chase your mom down.
all these pissed off neighbors and shit. Like,
Oh, my God.
I'm like, luckily my dad pulled up right then and took me home. And then they just released her the next day. She cut her
Jeez.
whole fucking
They didn't
face
wanna
and everything
deal
all
with
bruised up. I had a big bump on my head, and yeah, she tried to kill us that night.
Damn, that's traumatic.
Yeah,
I never heard that one either.
yeah.
Well, this is good information for you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm filling in some blanks, dude. So
After-
you're spun out at this time?
No, this was pre-crank.
Okay.
Yeah. So 15, I did some crank.
When did it take off? When did it really get bad?
Probably it didn't take long, because once I realized I could start stealing it from my dad, because my dad would like get up in the morning, because my dad slept almost every night, which was weird. Or not weird. He was like old school. He had rules for himself and shit. Like once I started talking about stuff with my dad a couple years later, once he knew I did crank, like he started telling me the old school rules and type of stuff for how he sold drugs for fucking 40 years and never got caught and stuff like that.
It's so rare to find like a fully functional
Well,
crank addict.
he wasn't fully functional by any means. Like he never worked a on the books job in his life.
Oh,
His job was
Right.
selling drugs.
Okay.
His cover was selling firewood.
gotcha.
But he like had rules for himself in order to
Not get caught.
not get caught, and like don't sell drugs after a certain time at night.
Yeah.
Go to sleep every night. Only snort it, only eat it.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Yeah, they taught me You know,
Yeah.
you know them.
Yeah. Yeah.
They taught me never to have drugs on me between on a Friday or a Monday, because the cops put in a search warrant for the judge on Fridays or Mondays, and so I fucked up one time and I had dope on me on a Monday morning.
I think he got caught when he was like 60 something with a scraper bag because he was hanging out with this tweaker chick that all the cops in town knew. Broke his own rules.
Yeah.
And he finally got popped for,
Wow.
I mean, it wasn't anything that he got popped
Yeah.
with. He got like Prop 36 or something.
Yeah, I didn't go spend time in prison. No. Good.
But, yeah, so I started, my dad would get up in the morning, go get in the shower or something, leave himself his line out in the, on his mirror. And I'd go break some off of his line. And then I learned how to break into his drawer where he kept his shit. And so I'd just start stealing shit from my dad. And I think that's how it really started kicking off for me. Like, I didn't really do much. After the beginning, I was like doing most of my crank by myself. The end of sophomore year, I think. Freshman and sophomore year, I ended up in the PM program both years, which meant because I got so many detentions that I had to go to school from 12:20 to 5:20 because I couldn't.
Oh, okay.
And so by the end of sophomore year, maybe it was anyway, I was doing a lot of crank by myself. You know, I would get spun out. I'd go to school. I'd go home, do a bunch of crank by myself.
You already didn't want to share.
Spend a lot of time jerking off, wondering why I couldn't fucking relate to girls or like have a conversation with a girl or, you know. Like,
I mean, shit, crank.
Yeah, I can relate to that, dude. That was my tweak. I'd crank and porn, dude.
yeah.
I'd rather hang out with my phone and watch porn than hang out with chicks.
Yeah, I don't think there
That was my thing.
there was no phones yet, so.
Oh, it's all imagination, dude? All spank bank.
No, there was VHS porn or maybe DVDs
VHS.
then. Maybe DVDs, but
That's funny.
yeah.
Old school.
Yeah, maybe it was even magazines probably then too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right on.
You're like one-handed and other hand with the magazine, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah. Next.
Multitasking.
Yeah. So that created a lot of twisted trauma in my head. Like, what's wrong with me? Spending all this time alone, and
Another good reason to keep doing drugs.
another good reason to keep doing drugs.
Yeah.
So all the time through all of this, there was all that same trauma going, that same chaos and emotional trauma, and fighting with my parents, and I was still living at home, and that's a whole nother thing, and then I started committing little crimes and burglaries and different stuff. And once I started doing crank and doing it regularly, I was like, oh. And not following my dad's rules. Like, I started doing crank with my mom at 17. They found some crank. I got up one day to go to school, probably early that day, and didn't fight them. So they went in my room to go through my room.
Yeah.
And found my little paraphernalia box, probably with their drugs in it. And so my mom questioned me, but I think I did crank with her later that day because I was like, "This is your fault,"
Yeah.
I stole it from you, and you've been doing all this, guilting them right into it,
Wow.
And, it's a good manipulator.
Yeah, I bet. So so I'm curious. Is it when you know what we never asked? What's your clean date?
8/8/2006, August 8th, 2006. 19 years and
I knew the month and day,
3 months.
but I didn't know the year. But that makes sense because we're both coming up on a 20-year mark. You're 20 years and I'm 40.
Yep, got clean when I was 24.
Yeah, that's pretty. I got clean when I was 20. So, what at that age that you were talking about, how old are you there? Are you close to 18 yet?
So I was I was 17 when I started using crank with my mom and dad. Excuse me. And I ended up dropping out of high school. I went like one day my senior year. My parents' ultimatum was like, you're either going to go to school or you're going to work. Go to work. So I went and got a job with my mom at Taco Bell and Shell and but they didn't it wasn't, I don't know, I didn't pay any bills or, I didn't give them money for rent I just went to work.
They just wanted you to work.
Just wanted me to work.
Okay.
But I mean, I did. I went to work when I could stay high. And I mean, I was a hard worker.
Was that your first job? Is that Taco Bell?
No, my first job, I was 15. I was a busser and then a dishwasher and a line cook and a host.
All right.
And that job lasted like 8 months when I was 15.
That's pretty long for a 15-year-old.
Yeah, it was good. I loved it. And it ended around the time I first started doing meth. So once I got into meth.
As most good things do.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I worked at Taco Bell when I was 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I started there when I was 17 and worked there till I was like 22 or 23.
Oh,
22,
shit.
yeah.
That's a long
Off and
time.
on, yeah, a long time.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I'd work there and I'd quit. And then they'd want me back and I'd quit. And because I was like, no matter what job I'm doing, I'm putting my all into it. Even then, even when I was spun out, when I was working hard.
Yeah.
If I'm cleaning a toilet, it's the cleanest fucking toilet there is. If I'm, whatever I'm doing, it's the best. I'm always trying to do my best. So.
Cool. Your mom's work ethic.
Yep.
What was the end? What brought you out of that into your transition into recovery?
Let's see. So like I said, when I wasn't high, I couldn't keep a job. And so I had to, I wasn't just being given drugs anymore because I was an adult age kid living at home with my parents,
Mm-hmm.
So, and there was only so many chores I could do around the house. There was so much work I could do around the property to get drugs for my parents or my dad. So I would go out and commit little burglaries or whatever I could do. And I got in trouble. The cops, I got busted for, I got busted a few times. I got busted for stealing Sudafed pills to go trade for drugs. One time, got a commercial burglary charge for that. Couple felony charges.
Minor or adult?
Adult. At this point, I'm an adult, living at home, fully strung out.
So, jail time?
So no, I don't really have any. I had a couple. I had couple small drug charges. Had accepted Prop 36. I got busted for the pill thing. All these charges all kind of happened all at once within a year or year and a half time.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't really. There was no prior convictions really yet. So I got busted for possession, driving without a license. Then I got busted for second-degree commercial burglary and possession with intent to manufacture for the pill thing because we wouldn't tell them where we were going to sell the pills, so they were pissed. Then, before I got convicted of that, before I accepted the deal for that, I had went into this post office and while I was getting our mail and saw the keys sitting there. So I took the keys and
That's federal.
It's federal. And
Brutal. Did you know that at the time?
I didn't know. I didn't even think about it. I was I was never a good criminal. I was always pretty ignorant to things.
Oh,
And I'm not ignorant. That's the wrong word. I knew right from wrong, but I didn't think about a federal charge. No.
so morally, you knew.
I knew it was wrong right off the
Yeah.
bat. Yeah. Went home, told my buddy, "Hey, I got these keys." We probably weren't that high at the moment, so I threw them on my shit thing. And then one other night when we're pretty high, he's like, "Hey, you still got them keys?" And we went into this post office, and somebody told on us down the road.
Wow.
And so I ended up getting a bunch of restitution, had to pay for the locks and keys. And but what happened was I got ordered to, because all those things had to do with drugs, you know?
Yeah.
And I got ordered to treatment. And I went to treatment. Somewhere in there, I went to treatment too, I think for the Prop 36 thing. In the process of getting all this trouble, I went to treatment because I couldn't stay clean. I knew I had to stay clean. Like I'd quit that shell job because I had already. Here's a funny story. So I had quit that shell. I'd quit that shell job because I was getting loaded, but I had been stealing from that shell job like nonstop for a couple of years probably. So when I quit, all that stealing stopped. Well, the manager there. They all liked me there so much that the manager contacted me. He's like, "Look, we want to hire you back, but the owner knows you've been stealing. So if you make restitution with him, he'll hire you back. So if you come in and tell him what you've been what you stole and everything, and make a payment plan with him, he'll hire you back."
Wow, I've never heard that before.
So I did. I went in. This is prior to recovery or anything.
Wow.
And I had already been I was trying to stay clean at the time, not clean. I didn't know about clean. I was just trying not to use. And I went back in. I told him this is all the stuff I stole. How can I pay you back? Except for one item he asked me about. And I was like, oh, it caught me off guard. I'd forgotten about it. And I was like, nope. Years later,
what was it?
It was a generator. Years later, I went back and made amends for that. I lied to you about that. Well, actually, and I made amends, but paid all that stuff back. But I started using again while I was there, and I was like, dude, I got to quit. I'm using again. I don't want to start stealing from you again.
Oh wow, his morals kicked in again.
And then I went into treatment, and I got loaded. I went on first weekend pass, and I got loaded with this chick. So I didn't even talk about the relationship. It's a very unhealthy relationship I'd been in for years through my using or through my teenage years. Very sick, unhealthy, physical abuse, cheating. It's a long story, but lots of chaos there, dysfunction, and sickness.
Mimicking what you knew.
Even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, even worse. Because I never saw my dad lay a hand on my mom ever. And I hit this girl one time, but that was enough to cause a lot of shame and guilt. And then it was cheating and stuff, and my dad never did any of that. And so, yeah, it was bad. But anyway, so I went and visited this chick on my first weekend pass and got loaded and got kicked out of treatment. And then he told me, he's like, don't do this. Don't go on the run. Don't go.
Has your dad told you that?
No, the treatment facility guy.
Okay.
He said, this is what I want you to do. He said, I want you to take this 2-week turnaround, stay clean. I'll let you back in.
Yeah.
And you'll have another chance at this recovery thing. Or you can go back out and get loaded and do what you've always done. And this is exactly what's going to happen. You're going to go to jail. You're going to do all this time. And so I went and got loaded and went on the run and went to jail.
Everything he told you not to do.
Yeah, I went and did all that stuff because I hadn't learned anything in there yet, and I was 22 years old and was scared.
Damn.
So.
Did that scare you enough to get clean? Because you had been exposed in the treatment facility. Did they expose you to Narcotics Anonymous?
They did. There was some there was some H&I meetings that came in, and it was AA based.
Yeah.
But there was some H&I meetings that came in.
Cool. So you got introduced to 12-step program, and they do anything else besides just have meetings?
We had groups and chores and we did all the same stuff there that we did at the rehab where I got clean and stayed clean at, but I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
I was too scared.
Right.
Too scared of something different. Didn't know how to.
I had a similar experience.
Did not even look at myself or anything,
Yeah.
Too many masks still.
Yeah, I wasn't willing to give all that stuff up yet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I stayed clean after rehab for like another 6 months, but I had, like I didn't work the steps. I didn't have a sponsor. I didn't do any of the thing. I would go to meetings once in a while. And then, one day somebody's smoking pot and I looked at it and go, oh, I could do that. And I did.
Right. So I went on that first weekend pass, and he said, I'm going to give you this weekend pass against my better judgment. And he let me go, and I went and got loaded, and I came back
Yeah.
and lied to him and hoped I was going to test clean. Sat there from Sunday to Thursday and tested dirty, and then went on the run and went to jail. And I did 7.5 months in jail in 3 different counties, and did a violation, and then they ordered me to treatment again. And they were all being paid for at this point. The treatment facilities were all being paid for
By the county?
by the federal government.
Nice.
And the second one I went in, and I was a little more willing. I was like willing to go to meetings and listen a little bit. I heard some more stuff. I was in there. I became president of the house. This was a lockdown house in Del Paso Heights.
Damn.
We used to take the light rail to meetings, but I didn't change any behaviors. I thought like, oh, if you just take the drugs out, maybe that's the solution. When I was in jail, I had this moment of clarity, right? Like I was at the branch in Sacramento and one step away from prison, and my bunkie was facing 2 life sentences for armed robbery. And he was 28 and I was 23. And I was like, I saw my life in him if I didn't change some stuff.
Jeez.
And I was like, man, I like food that tastes good.
Freedom.
I like responsibility. I was in a lockdown site, so I didn't have any responsibility. I was just in the dorm all day. Got to play basketball a couple times a week when I didn't have sprained ankles. And I sprained my ankles, both of them at the same time.
Brutal.
And I like women. And if I go to prison for life, I won't have those things,
Yeah.
So went to that treatment facility, didn't change behaviors, put on some good masks again. And I fraternized. And we lied about some stuff, went and got some hotel rooms with some girls, me and another guy, and got kicked out. We lied about it. When they confronted us, they were like, are you sure you don't want to tell us what happened? Are you sure? They're like telling us that they know, like they've been told what happened. They're like, are you sure? Like, just tell us what happened. Like, this is your chance to be honest. Nothing happened. Nothing. Nope. Nothing. Okay, you guys.
That's so funny. We fucking stick to our guns, and
Me and the dude.
Default is to lie.
Yeah, he was going back to prison if he lied and got kicked out, and I didn't know. And me and him lied. The girls admitted to it. They got to stay, and we got kicked out.
And he went to prison.
I don't even know. I didn't know him outside of that house.
All right.
Yeah, but I know he was going to go to prison if he got kicked out. And so, I called my federal probation officer, and he's like, come see me tomorrow. And so I went and saw him, and he said, the only reason you're not going to prison right now is because you just tested clean. He said, we're pulling your funding. You have to pay for a rehab yourself. I had a little bit of money that my grandma had done a college fund with when I was little.
Oh, wow.
And they knew about it because I had to pay off part of my restitution with it. I was supposed to, but I went on the run with it. So they were kind of unhappy about that too.
Yeah.
But they said, we're pulling your funding. You got to find a rehab yourself. And he said, you got 1 foot on the dock on a banana peel and 1 foot on the boat going to prison. He said, now take that picture and leave my office. And so I took the picture and I left his office, and I was like, I don't know what to do. I went and made a couple of phone calls to that guy from my very first rehab that told me not to go on the run.
Yeah.
The 2-week turn. I called him because
And you said you were right.
I did. I said, you're right.
Yeah.
I said, this is where I'm at. I need to find a rehab, maybe a men's rehab. And so he made
You had the forethought to request a men's rehab.
I think so. I think that's the way I remember it.
Yeah.
I think I do. And or maybe he said he knows of men's rehab, and I said that would be perfect.
Yeah.
That would be a better idea. That could be. And so I went to a men's rehab. But in between there, like I went straight home from there and immediately started drinking, knowing I could go to prison
Yeah, I can relate to that.
because I didn't have any tools yet.
Yeah.
I didn't.
You went to your dad's house?
Yep, went back to my dad's house. Yeah,
What men's program did you go? Did you go to Progress House?
Progress House in Coloma,
Yeah.
2006.
That fucking place, I can't believe that place has been there, dude.
Yeah,
Fuck. How long have they been going?
a long time. They were around a long time. Yeah,
It's the 90s, isn't it? Early 90s
Think
it started?
so.
Yeah.
the one I got kicked out of was a Progress House in Nevada City but it was co-ed then. It was a Progress House in Nevada City then.
But yeah, there's rehab down in the Bay Area where I got clean. Project
Still-
90. It's
Still going.
yeah.
And then the effort was
That
the one
one's
I
at
got.
a big hotel, right? It's been changed into a hotel.
You know, they had like 5 houses when I was living in the Bay Area. They were like really strong.
Progress House?
No, Project 90.
Oh, Project 90.
Yeah.
The the A house is what I got kicked out of in Del Paso Heights. And I'm actually friends with the guy who was running it then now too. I'm friends with him on Facebook, and Serenity and I are friends with him in
That's
person
cool.
and stuff. Yeah.
That's cool. So did you found that guy let you back in?
Progress.
So
House,
he just helped
Coloma.
me find the place.
Oh, yeah.
It was different people. He ran the one in Nevada City that I got kicked out of.
Yeah.
He helped me find the place in Coloma, but it was going to be like, I want to say a month. I don't really remember the time frame from when I got kicked out of Del Paso Heights to when I was able to get in. I know they told me you need to have 3 days clean to get in,
Yeah.
and I know that I drank every single day until I got in, including the night before, because I couldn't not drink. I just couldn't not drink.
Yeah.
I was miserable. I was scared. I was lonely. I was hurting. I hated myself.
Questioning all your life decisions.
Well, what life?
Well, the life you
The
had up
shitty
until
life
then.
decision.
Yeah,
Patience.
there was no life.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. There was no life.
Ugh.
I had nothing, dude. I showed up to that place with a bag with a few clothes, and that was all of my
It's a tough
possessions.
place to be.
Yeah.
Did you ever
Sometimes that's all I want, dude. A flip phone and a bag of clothes.
have any thoughts of checking out?
Oh
Any
yeah.
suicide ideology?
All through my teenage years,
Like fuck this life?
all the way through my teenage years, and all the way up till I got clean.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you even talked about it like you're in the truck with your mom.
Yeah.
Fuck it, let's die.
Yeah. And I mean, even now, when it's never like every now and then when stuff gets really overwhelming or hard, my brain will say, sure, it would be easier to just, if it was over.
Yeah.
Not like it's like a real thought now,
No,
you know,
I
but
know
the
exactly
brain,
what you mean,
instead
yeah.
of being like, oh, it's a good idea to get loaded, the brain says, sure would be nice if somebody veered across the highway and hit you.
Yeah. It's a slow suicide either way.
But then it was a lot more like, God, it was the daily, like,
Yeah.
I just want to check out. I just want to
Yeah.
die.
So you're at the point where you're going to get clean.
At the point where I'm going to get clean. So I drank every single day. Drank every single day. The day of rehab came, and my dad drove me out there. And, I pulled up to this rehab in the middle of nowhere. I've never been to Coloma before. or no, I'd been to Coloma for a school field trip in like 4th grade or something.
For the gold rush.
For the gold rush,
dude,
yeah.
I remember that
Yeah,
too.
yeah. And I'm like,
What do you mean out in the middle of nowhere? You're living up in Rough and Ready, which is
oh
in the
yeah, but
fucking
you know,
nowhere.
when your only existence is Rough and Ready and you don't travel anywhere.
yeah.
I
to
mean,
go-
Coloma does kind of feel like it's out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It does a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
And you don't, but that, again, when you don't leave a property in Rough and Ready for years, other than to go to Penn Valley Shell to work, and then
Yeah.
or to,
right.
or to go commit a little burglary or something in the middle of the night.
There's what, a gas station and a bar.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's all that was there
Yeah.
then. In 2006 too, it was even less.
That shopping center probably wasn't even there
No,
yet. Yeah,
no,
it's
there was like
probably
a
gas,
post office, gas station, bar.
and that's it. Yeah,
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 But-
it's really in the middle of nothing.
yeah. We got there, I was told him I was like, there's no way I'm telling him I drank last night. So Rob
Yeah.
B was a counselor there.
Nice.
Yep.
How's he doing?
I just saw him. He's
He's
doing
good.
really good.
Yeah, he's doing real good.
Yeah. Yeah.
This guy Dave, Rob B was huge in helping me change my way of thinking at that place.
Yeah.
He
What a
helped
cool
me.
fucking
He helped
guy.
save my life. He helped save my life. This guy Dave was the lead counselor. He's a real spiritual guy. We used to give him hella shit for having a PT Cruiser. He loved that car,
Oh my God.
and we called it his TP Cruiser. I was 24 years old, man. And I had just turned 24 8 days earlier. Like 31st of July is my belly
Yeah.
button birthday, and I got clean on the 8th of August. So
This is probably a good time to transition into fears. What was your biggest fear when you got there, and also what are some fears around recovery and or life today?
okay, so biggest fear when I got there,
Like biggest fear as a newcomer.
it's an oxymoron that my life was over.
Yeah. No. That's so common.
That's very frequently
Because the disease was like, your life is over. There's nothing left for you now.
Yeah.
it's easy to perceive that as coming from where we come from. That's all we know.
Yeah.
So if all that is no longer an option, what the fuck are we?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's literally all I've been doing for more than half my life. I started using it at 9, every day by 11. I'm 24. It's 15 years of my life. 9 to 24 is 15 years. That's more than half my life. you
Yeah,
know?
that's a lot.
So all my formative years. So, and what was the rest of the fear?
What was there any other fears early on?
Sure. I didn't know. I was scared of other people. I was scared of women. I was scared of dudes. I was scared people would not allow me in. I was scared people would see who I thought see me for who I thought I was.
Yeah.
And hate me like I hated myself. I was scared to tell you what I really thought about me. I was scared of everything, dude, to be honest. I mean, like everything,
That was on the inside. Did you
Yeah.
portray that on the outside?
not a chance.
No.
No.
Not a chance.
Nope. I wasn't scared of nothing on the outside.
The armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting because you aren't like that today.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're like so genuine and authentic.
Yeah, I mean, just 45 minutes ago, you were talking about the possibility of selling your ass.
Yeah. So you're not really hung up on your outside image anymore,
No, not at all.
which is great. I love that. Well, that's cool. I mean, what, like fear of becoming your parents, fear of like,
Yeah, I mean, fear of already being worse than my parents.
right.
I mean, I believed I was worse than my parents because I was doing shit like robbing and stealing. Well, not robbing, burglarizing and stealing and, being in an abusive relationship and,
Yeah.
all that stuff, which they didn't steal or burglarized things. So I was already worse than them in my eyes, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a tough place to be, internally.
Yeah. And fear that I didn't belong in NA
Really?
because the light and the joy and the laughter and all the stuff that I saw people experience in meetings, like I didn't feel any of that. And I didn't think I was worthy of it. I didn't think I deserved it.
Huh.
Like I saw and I believed that people had clean time. I believed that you all felt joy and love and all that sort of stuff. I didn't think I was worthy of it.
I'm curious. Did you? How long until you like heard your story or something close that go? Huh? They're a lot like me. Was it like within the first year?
That's a good question. Probably. I don't remember.
Did you,
don't
feel
remember, you don't
like
remember the click where it was like, oh,
the identity? Yeah.
It had to have been in rehab because I know in
Okay.
rehab, like I know I made a choice. I was going to stay clean. So here's the thing for me is like, I had this reservation. So reservations talks about reservations for getting loaded, but I gained a reservation for being a member of Narcotics Anonymous. I kept this distance with everybody. And this might be, I might be jumping the gun on this part of my story, but
No, that's one of the questions. It's actually the next question is reservations.
Yeah.
so
He pulled a segue on us.
Yeah, he did. yeah. Do you want to touch on?
it's a little bit further into my story. It's like 18 months clean is when I kind of, it comes into play. So,
So let's finish fears.
Yeah,
Is there
yeah.
any fears current today?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I still experience fears around like, sometimes fear around finances
Yeah.
and sometimes fear around, like, I don't always experience passion for things.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what I want to do in my life really.
When you grow up.
Yeah, when I grow up, like
Yeah.
I've had this identity of a father and a husband and
Oh shit!
these
I never
things.
even thought about that. That could be heavy, dude.
And that
Provider
stuff-
and a father.
I started to get into this a little bit with you before we started,
Yeah.
and a lot of that's changing for me now. It's not like I'm going to continue being a father, but it's in a different
Capacity,
capacity, and so
fucking crazy. I've never even thought about that.
and I don't think it until it like clicked for me. I was like going through this. So I was like, I don't know what the hell's going on, and then all of a sudden it was like, your identity's changing a lot, and for a minute I was like, am I having a midlife crisis or some shit, you know? And really, I think it's just some stuff's changing, obviously.
Yeah.
But I was having fears around like, also, what am I gonna do? Like, how am I gonna? What do I want to do? And my body also. I feel like my body's failing me a lot. That's a big one. I feel like my body's failing me. I've always been like the fucking Terminator. And now I got shit going on like nonstop. And I'm about to have a knee surgery. I had a back surgery at the end of last year. I got this tendonitis shit in my wrist that's hurts all the time. You know, and every time I feel like something, my neck's acting up again. I got herniated disc in my neck and my low back. Like,
Dude.
so it just feels like my body's failing me or
I get
turning
it,
on me.
dude. I fucking get
Dude, so Josh gives me a hell of a bad time about being old.
Yeah,
You guys both have more surgeries between the two of you than anybody I know.
it. A couple of big functional motherfuckers, dude. Just beating up large bodies for a long time.
dude.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't.
he's a fucking athlete, dude. I played basketball growing up, so I thought I could play basketball. And I was like, I will fucking smoke you because I used to be really good when I was a kid.
this
and
was so fun, dude.
And
This
we
was so fun.
went and played, and I hadn't played in fucking years.
Yeah.
But in my head, I'm still as good as I was before I started doing drugs.
In your head.
Yeah. And he's like probably like 7-8 years clean playing on like basketball teams and shit.
Yeah, right. He's in a league.
Yeah, and he was just laughing at me the whole time, dude. Bank shots and fucking just completely fundamental, straight fucking smoked me, dude. I'm like, oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm hurting. I'm so sore the next day.
Was it a little bit humbling?
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't even feel the humility. I was just fucking angry and ego bruised, dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I tried to play it off like it was like, whatever, like it was okay. But in my head, it wasn't okay, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, we'll play again. No.
Yeah. And we never did.
And never did. He learned his lesson. That's funny.
Yeah.
So, fear of your body breaking down.
Yeah. Fear that, I guess just fear that it's going to continue to get worse. And I can't do a lot of the things that or not that I can't, but it's changing, I guess,
I get it.
So that would probably be, at least in this moment, the extent of the fears, I think.
I remember having a conversation with you, I don't know, maybe a year or so ago, could have been sooner, that we were talking about our kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, like, I had fears of, like, I hope my kids don't end up how we ended up.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like, yeah, it's a possibility. So
yeah.
I know that's one of the fears that we share.
Mm-hmm.
I can relate to the body stuff though, man. I've got a doctor that I'm putting off right now because I'm supposed to get surgery on my wrist and my shoulder. I just had the surgery on my hip, my foot. I got my nose scheduled, CPAP implant in my neck. This
You're
is
gonna
like
be a bionic man.
Jesus, dude. And it's like, dude, I'm fucking 37, dude. Like it's just broken,
You're making me feel a little better.
Yeah.
I got a couple years on you.
Yeah.
I am about to be 60, and you've had more surgeries than me. What is
One? You've never had surgery?
it? No, I've had a surgery.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, we're tied then.
Okay.
I've had one.
And you've got 5 coming up? I don't have any on the
while
schedule.
I've got a tie, I'm going to ride it out.
Yeah. All right. You just
How old are you again?
keep that. I feel way better now knowing that you're going to be hella shit plastered all over your,
Dude,
metal.
I'm trying to
brackets
come into the second half strong, dude.
Yeah.
buddy.
I'm in the back right now getting a pep talk from the coach. Ice pack on my knees, ready to fucking come off the bench,
Yeah, just don't play basketball again with Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
Because you'll
Well, now would be the
smoke
time. I haven't played in a few years.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind going and shooting around, to be honest with you. Probably be good.
I could shoot around. That's about it. I ain't playing no jumping and stuff no more.
Yeah.
All right, so that pretty much finishes up fears.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Reservations when you got here.
So
what does that one
that's
say?
jumping ahead to about 18 months clean. I mean, we can do that.
No,
Wait,
reservations when you got clean.
Oh, when I got clean.
Yeah,
so,
right
okay.
out the gate.
So I had the reservations I had when I first got here were like, I didn't even know about reservations,
Yeah.
But
Hindsight, could you see any?
oh yeah, I mean, was probably like one of the first time I did steps. It was like, my parents dying. If I had a kid and a kid died, I didn't even have a girlfriend yet, but if I had a kid and the kid died, it was a reservation.
Yeah,
If I got divorced,
those are very
I
common.
wasn't even in a relationship, but if I got divorced, it might be a reservation. These are things that were coming to me when I was,
Yeah,
I mean, those were the big ones, I had this experience when I was in rehab, like I had been there for 30 days or something, 40 days. I don't know, within the first 60 days. And I got a call from my uncle that one of my childhood friends had passed away and they were going to have a funeral. And he's one of the guys that I was saying, I talked about him earlier, my friend Joe. I worked with him when I was 15 at that
He
restaurant.
pulled you off the pool table.
Yeah, he pulled me off the pool table. He's like a brother.
yeah.
Well, he died he had gotten clean before me, and then he dabbled with alcohol, but he was like super into bodybuilding and stuff. And it turns out he had a heart defect from when he was a kid that they didn't know about.
Brutal.
Well, he died of a heart thing when I was in rehab. And so my uncle came and picked me up, and I went to this funeral and wake. And I bawled my eyes out. I hadn't cried in who knows how long, you know? I
Right.
bawled my eyes out at this funeral, and then we go to the wake, and I'm just sitting there like in shock. And all these people that I used to get loaded with are just drinking and partying and at this wake and having a good time. And I realized my uncle's my ride back to rehab, and he's getting wasted, you know? And I'm like, fuck. Like, how am I going to get back to rehab, you know?
Yeah.
And this whole time I have no desire to get loaded. Like, not even
I was just about to ask that.
not even it never even crossed my mind. I'm just
Wow.
so I'm just like grieving, and one of my good friends is there, or somebody I grew up with, and she's actually not getting loaded. She might have been high, but she wasn't like getting wasted or
Yeah,
anything.
right. Not plowed.
Back in the using days, all of my friends, I was like the only friend who didn't put a needle in my arm. And there was one moment where she chose, when the one night I was going to do it,
Yeah.
she chose to give it to somebody else instead of me for some reason. God intervened or
Wow.
something. So this was the same friend. So I called the rehab. I'm like, hey, can you extend my pass till a little later? Hoping my uncle would sober up. He just kept getting drunker. Hey, can I stay the night tonight? They're like, no, you got to get back here. I didn't tell them what was going on, you know?
Yeah.
I think that chick gave me, or I don't really remember how I got back to rehab. I know I got back. My uncle didn't drive me.
Wow.
I think that chick, Stacy, gave me a ride back to rehab. And
But you didn't get loaded.
I didn't get loaded, man.
That's awesome.
And like that gave me some more strength, you know? It also showed me that I needed to be very careful where I go.
Yeah.
Yeah, just enough time to get a little bit of a head on your shoulders to like have a positive experience out of the negative one.
Yeah, and be like, this is gross too. I was like, man, this is terrible what they're all doing. Like, we're supposed to be celebrating this dude's life, and
Yeah.
I'm missing my brother, you know, and like these people are just getting wasted, just like I would have been, you know. But
Yeah. Spun off of reservations.
spun off of reservations, yeah.
Well, I mean, like, did you have any reservations today? Like, I wouldn't say, because we kind of look at reservations today, not necessarily about getting loaded, but acting out on behavior.
I mean, feelings are the biggest one for me now that make me act out with.
Yeah.
Like, getting loaded. The last time I thought about a reservation for getting loaded, it was like, what came up was like, if I were to be diagnosed with a terminal illness, would I get loaded, you know? And what came to mind was like, that would just do everybody that I love a disservice.
Right.
I would spend the rest of my days loaded instead of being able to spend them with my family.
Mm-hmm.
And so, no, I don't want to get loaded.
Yeah.
But as far as like, I mean, if I act out, usually it's because I'm having some heavy, strong feelings, and I act out with food, or I act out with caffeine.
Yeah, those are two good ones.
Food for me, dude. Regular on the way here.
Mm-hmm.
On the way here, I brought a meal with me, and I stopped at Panera on the way here. Before I left the house, completely separate from food. I was like, I paid off my credit cards, and I was texting Sadie. I'm like, hey, I think I need to take the cards off my phone because the Apple Pay thing is just too easy for me. Like, I don't even think about it. And then I go to look at my balance. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? And it's all fucking bullshit. It's just a bunch of bullshit. And I'm like, I need to help me with spending. We're going to go grocery shopping. And then literally 40 minutes later, I'm driving through Auburn. I'm like, Panera, dude. For sure, Panera.
Yeah,
with this meal sitting on the passenger seat.
I get it.
It's fucking crazy, dude. All because I'm having a rough day, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
All right. Well, reservations. It sounds like you had normal reservations when you first got clean, just like everybody else. And not really any reservations about getting loaded today.
No. And I was taught early on, like, if you have a reservation, you need to share it as soon as it comes up.
Yeah.
Because if it'll grow in the dark and dies in the light of exposure.
There you go.
So
It's such a, like, I've been through And even recently with this last surgery, I've been through pain medication stuff or just relapses even. And like, I'm so grateful. Like during this last period, I'm like, this fucking sucks, dude. When I'm on the pain meds, I'm like, this sucks, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be this. Like, I don't want to be, this is not where I want to be at. So it was like, the experience of living a different way has created an ability to see through the addiction, even while in the grips of using something to get through a period of time. It's like, fuck, I remember that wasn't a thing, dude. As soon as I put in, you know?
Yeah.
I can totally understand what you're saying or relate to it. That it hasn't been recently, but I would like go to Jack in the Box and spend $20, and as I'm eating it, I'm like, well, this is poor judgment on my behalf, and this is not really good for me. Fucking tastes great. I'm gonna keep going.
Dude, I was telling myself this is a bad idea, turning into the parking lot. I'm like, this is not what I need to be doing right now. And I just kept driving right into the drive-through, dude.
Insanity starts out with doing the same thing, expecting different results, and then it becomes doing the same thing, knowing the results are going to be the same.
Yeah.
That's the second part of insanity.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that one before. That's I got to remember that. Resentments. These are fun.
Resentments when you got in recovery, and then resentments today.
Yeah. Was there a resentment that you carried for a very long time?
The hardest resentments for me to get rid of that I carried the longest were towards myself.
Wow.
I've always been real good at like seeing the whole picture and seeing other people's point of view and like seeing where they come from and being like, my mom and dad did their best and that type of shit. I mean, don't get me wrong. I had resentments towards them and I worked on that stuff, but I had resentments towards my parents. I had resentments towards schools. The school, the police officer that denied me the detention hours I worked off during the week of
Cops.
Did they used to fuck with you if you were out, like off of campus during school hours? Would they like swoop you up and bring you back to school, or?
If they saw you, they'd fuck with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I had all the typical resentments,
Yeah.
Resentments towards old friends, resentment towards God that I didn't believe in.
Yeah.
But I went through, I think, I went through multiple rounds of steps before I actually
Put yourself down.
Yeah, before I fully put myself down.
Okay, gotcha.
I mean, I might have, because the first time I did the steps, my story, like we kind of skipped the reservation about being a member of NA, skipped over that for a second. So at 18 months clean, I stopped going to meetings because I had a reservation about being a member of Narcotics Anonymous. I met my daughter's mom. Like I just wanted to be like a normal member of society. I didn't want to have to go to this place for the rest of my life where I had to follow these rules or live this certain way of life that they told me how to live, which it's all the disease probably, or my made up thing in my mind. I'd already like created I'd like changed my people, places, and things. I'd done everything you guys told me, except finished working the steps. I was like up to step 9, made some amends and stuff. And then I left NA. I finished my service commitment. I chaired a meeting on my 18-month clean day at a surprise speaker meeting. And I did not go to a meeting again until I had over 7 years clean. So I left for 5.5 years. And what happened was, like, I got in this relationship with a person who wasn't in recovery.
Mm-hmm.
She became my higher power, codependency. Got an amazing daughter out of it, you know?
Yeah.
And she's 17 now. But when all the self-esteem and self-confidence and all the different stuff I gained from being around here and doing my steps and being a member and being of service and all that different stuff, like it slowly faded away. And by the time I got back to NA at 7 years clean, I hated myself again. I was wanting to die again every day.
Square one.
Pretty much, yeah, dude. I mean, I wasn't like,
Welcome back.
I wasn't living dirty. You know, because I talked to a member when I got back. I was like, sometimes I wonder why I was able to stay clean. I feel guilty because I stayed clean away from here when so many people get loaded. And he's like, well, I saw you playing basketball and stuff because he would rep basketball games. And
Yeah.
he's like, I used to see you out in the world and you were still living by principles, even though you weren't here.
Yeah, it's interesting. Jen and I stopped going to meetings, tapered off for the same, like 5 years, from 10 years clean to 15 years clean for us. And this, it sounds so similar. Like we were, I'm doing air quotes, productive members of society. We'd made it.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were like, we wanted to go full in, like, we got clean so we can do all this other stuff in life. And the sick, twisted thinking in our brains.
I heard somebody the other night say, I got some clean time and I got a hot girlfriend and I got a good job and I got a nice car and I beat all of you guys.
I think I was there for that, yeah.
So,
Thought I beat all of you.
meaning they got it way before everybody else?
Yeah, no, he defeated he was the winner.
Oh.
He was the winner. He had
I
to
win.
Yeah, I win.
He had everything.
I don't need to be here anymore. I win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Famous last words.
So I made it back. I was miserable, hated myself. But what led me into all that was like I did the steps right when I got back. I got a sponsor right away, got into the steps. I wasn't sure I was going to stay, but I was like, well, I'm going to do the stuff that I'm told to do here now that I'm back and try and get comfortable again.
I'm curious, what prompted you to come back? Was it something happened?
Yeah, actually, God placed a guy. This guy started working with us that was brand new in recovery.
Oh.
I went to high school with him, and he was brand new in recovery, and he was like on fire for the program. He's talking about NA again, and it was almost like I had forgotten about NA in a way. Like I didn't forget, but I did. I forgot I forgot I could go.
Yeah.
Because like he's like on fire for NA. He's getting a service commitment and this and that. And I'm like, oh yeah, like I could go there. Because like I was playing adult rec league basketball like 3 to 5 nights a week, and I'd go home and be lonely and like by myself. I had no friends really anymore. I was so isolated in that marriage and like no friends, I had a roommate, my uncle, and my daughter half the time, but I was just like alone.
Yeah, you didn't have the fellowship, the social circle.
Were you already at
Yeah, no, not yet. And
what were you doing for work then?
I was doing drywall. Yep. That's all I've done since I got here, except for when Riley was first born. I did drywall, and I do drywall during the day, and then I do a swing shift gas station at night for a little while, so her mom didn't have to go back to work.
Well, you were kind of doing drywall as a kid too.
Yeah, demolition, drywall demolition.
So you've been in the trades for a while.
Yeah, lifetime.
Yeah.
Most people use hammers and stuff, though.
Yeah.
Not me. I use my hands and my head.
I use hammer fists.
Yeah.
All right. So that resentment.
Yeah. So resentments towards myself. The first couple times back through the steps when I got back, I
put yourself down.
did, but I didn't really like. There was stuff I held on to, because
I need to do a dig on that too, actually.
I thought I deserved to be miserable or to feel that shame. I thought,
Really?
yeah, because I was a piece of shit. That's what I believed. I deserved to feel shame for the hurtful things I had done, and
So is that the most prevalent resentment that you feel today? Even
it's the easiest
it
one to
creep
feel.
up? Yeah.
It's
So-
definitely the easiest one to feel.
so any other resentments? Because that shame and guilt is another question too.
The resentments that can come up for me will be sometimes towards my kids or towards my wife.
Yeah.
And then those make me get resentments towards myself for feeling
feeling that
resentments
way.
towards my wife and my kids.
Fucking, you know what that happens for me is, and I'm sure I'm sure I heard this in your answers, is that like when I get that resentment, I instantly resent myself because I know better
Yeah.
and it's not their fault, and then I'm depressed
Yeah.
because I'm an asshole,
Yeah.
and then the old tapes keep playing in my head like, see, you really are a piece of shit. Look at you treating your family this way and having resentments, when in the actuality, I'm upset at an action that they did,
Mm-hmm.
and I have the capacity and the ability to approach them and say, you know what, that hurt my feelings.
Right.
And that's all I needed to do.
Yeah. The whole time.
Yeah.
At any point.
Instead, I went through the whole psychotic cycle.
Yeah.
My current one is I did too much. I was doing too much to try to make myself feel better, not realizing that I was running from myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so like had this period of time where even though I knew that I was taking on too much, I continued to take on too much until it caused damage, like mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Yeah. And so I'm resentful at myself for doing too much. And then I stopped doing so much and I'm resentful at myself for not doing enough.
Right.
So like now I'm sitting in the not enough part, like just trying to understand, like I can't like how to feel good in either space, like
We've been talking about that for a few years.
It's gotten so much better though.
I totally agree.
It's gotten so much better. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we kept coming back to, can you be content with where you're at
Yeah.
instead of always reaching?
It's tough.
Yeah, I get it.
It's tough.
Yeah.
One of those, it's be careful what you wish for kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, it can turn into a drug for you.
You know what? The interesting part, I heard somebody at that same meeting that we heard that at, somebody said they were talking about like, they know they're going on vacation. And so it's a checkout from now. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do much of anything for a while here. Cause I'm going to do this later. And it's a checkout for them. And I was thinking about, like, dude, I do that with anything that I lock onto and start trying to plan for the future. It takes me out of the now. Like right now, I'm like struggling to not, because I'm doing the recovery from the surgeries and I got another surgery coming up, and I spin out on shit and take me away from now. And then I make all these future plans. I'm like, everything's going to be okay because later I'm going to do that instead of being present right now and just learning how to deal with today,
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do that too. Like, especially used to happen every year for Aftershock. Like, I'd buy my Aftershock tickets early in the year, and then I'd kind of like look forward to this big concert coming up. And I'd spend the whole weekend mosh pitting and just adrenaline rushing the whole 3 or 4 days, and then I'd go into this like almost depression and crash afterwards because it's like, what do I have to look forward to next? And it's this whole thing. Obviously, a big adrenaline dump, and I've also put my body through this physical,
Right.
test for 3 or 4 days of just like, trauma,
Abuse.
just trauma.
Yeah.
And that was probably my very first addiction, was like being the toughest person around. Like, watch what I can do to my body. Go ahead, hit me as hard as you can. Let's see, I didn't even flinch.
It's a little demented, but
Masochistic.
it's on par for a lot of.
I was going to
addicts.
say it.
Masochistic.
Fucking masochist,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. So the shame and guilt. Did you grow up with shame and guilt?
Oh, for sure.
And did that tie to like getting loaded?
Definitely.
Did you consciously acknowledge shame and guilt, or was it kind of like were you just kind of responding to those emotions, not really noticing that that's what was happening, and it was shame and guilt now?
Yeah, I don't think I knew about it then. Not until, I mean, like I told you about the dude at the grocery store. Like I noted, like once I was like, when I started letting that happen, I was like, okay, this doesn't quite feel right. There was, like I experimented. There was a boy that was about a year older than me, and we like experimented sexually. And then there was a group of us. But anyway, there was a handful of us boys that experimented sexually, and it didn't really feel necessarily normal or right to me, because there was a group of us.
Yeah.
And then also, like, it wasn't really like something I wanted, but it felt good physically. So I was like, okay, this feels good. I'm going to keep doing it, And we were caught and we were told we shouldn't be doing this, or we're not allowed to do this with other boys or other people.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, fuck that. I like this. I'm getting attention. It feels good. And so I still will do it secretly. And so knowing I'm doing it secretly made me feel shame. So I guess the long story about that is like, yeah, there were certain things that I would do. If I was doing stuff secretly, I felt shame. Especially when I started doing crank, like I felt shame around that. And as I progressed and like was doing things that I knew, because I told myself I was never going to be like my parents. And as I was becoming more like my parents, I definitely felt shame around that, which made me use more to try and mask those feelings, you know?
Yeah.
And
Were you able to, like, did you know you were like trying to run away from the feelings?
Eventually, yeah, for sure. I mean, not at first, like not as, I mean, once I got into my teenage years, definitely, it's like, the more I use, the less I feel. I was like, as a little kid, I don't think I consciously knew that. Like the first time I smoked weed, I remember thinking like, I want to do this the rest of my life. I don't know if it was because
You didn't connect the dots yet.
maybe not in that moment, but I mean, I know that like as soon as I smoked weed, and I remember going home going, I don't care what I'm walking into, and standing between my parents and kind of like in this like interesting state of being where they were talking on both sides of me and I didn't really hear them, and I felt okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I like this. This is what I want more of,
Yeah. That's like very common not to recognize the shame and guilt in the early stages, but when we start to do step work looking back,
Mm-hmm.
that was a pretty heavy, at least for me, it was a pretty heavy one to like pinpoint like, shit, okay, well, I repressed so much stuff in my childhood that I didn't acknowledge until like fucking fifth round of steps.
Well, I've always also, my parents, like, they did instill morals and values in me, but they also taught me how to, like, the workaround.
Yeah.
Like my mom was, they taught me it's not okay to lie, but then she'd have me, like, answer the phone when she wanted to call in sick to work and be like, I'm sorry, my mom's sick right now. She can't come to the phone. She's too sick.
But don't lie.
But don't lie, stuff like that,
Yeah.
as a 10 and 11-year-old. And so there was always, and I was always hyper vigilant of everything around me, my surroundings, what they said, what he said, what she said, what was going to be said, what was going to happen, where we were going, when we were going to get there, when we were going to be back. And that's continued, like, and I just in the last, I mean, and it's not like painful anymore, and it doesn't have to, like have to follow my hypervigilance anymore, like.
Yeah, it's not so much of a defect anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
But I also found out in the last year, like I probably have some OCD tendencies. They don't manifest in the sense of like everything having to be spotless and clean, but like there's just certain things that have to be the way they are.
I've talked about that quite a few times on other episodes. You and I are so similar in that. I swear to God, because I have OCD, and yeah, it kind of creeps out on the physical stuff a little bit. Like the money in my wallet has to face the same way or something, or like numbers have to be even or whatever. Every once in a while, I notice what I'm doing, but my therapist pointed out a couple years ago that the OCD that is most prevalent in my life is because my childhood was so chaotic and so unstable and so unpredictable that in my life as an adult, I want structure. And I have this is on the schedule. This is how I do it and when I do it. And it has to stay that way. And if it gets fucked up, I lose a bolt in my brain and I start rattling.
My brain still tries to hold. I don't do it outwardly. Like sometimes it slips out and I catch it, but my brain still tries to hold everybody else to the same expectations and standards that I set for myself. Like when I first got here, I would try to control the room to make me feel comfortable, to make me feel safe. Like everybody needed to think and feel the same way I did in order for me to feel okay about me and what I had going on. And it still happens where I'm like,
that's a little controlling, Josh.
oh yeah, dude. Extremely controlling, dude, for sure. I needed to feel safe, dude. You guys are fucking scary, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking about feelings and shit.
Yeah.
That's interesting that you talked about that.
It manifests a lot in drywall for me, my own work.
Yeah.
And
The expectations and the standards, dude.
yeah, for
Perfection.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially in my own work. And then I had a coworker who's also in recovery, but he's like, dude, he told me one day, he goes, he's like, your OCD is not my problem.
Yeah.
Good job,
And,
dude.
He happens to be a sponsee as well. But
Nice.
he goes, I go, what are you talking about, OCD? This is what, he goes, talk to your therapist about it, bro. He goes, you might have some OCD. And I was like, fuck you.
You might be right. Fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. So I did. I went and talked to my therapist, and she, explained a lot of what, same type of thing you just said. So,
Yeah.
Good for him, dude.
Yeah.
Struck that.
And then I had to go and make some amends to my wife, too. And
Aw. Hey, at least you're willing to do that.
yeah.
There's positives out of all that stuff.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
What consequences from any of your past are you still living with today? Like some people have like felonies on their record, so they can't do certain jobs. Or
I still have a federal felony.
What's going on with that? Didn't you file for a pardon or something? What happened
No,
there?
so no, I haven't. I was getting all the paperwork done, and I screwed it up. And at the time, I was like, I'm just gonna wait.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start working on that again. I have to get a presidential pardon in order to get rid of a federal felony.
are you sure about that?
Yeah,
Oh,
For federal,
it's
yeah.
the only way to get rid of a federal felony.
Okay.
So
State.
all my other felonies,
State felony.
I went and got. So a couple of my felonies were lowered and dismissed during one of those laws that passed, and then the other one I had that didn't, I went and got removed,
You got expunged.
So
Did you get a pardon for it? Was it
I think I just got it expunged.
just expungement?
Yeah. I'm not too worried. I mean, I'm not going to change careers at this point.
Sure.
But the only one I have left is a federal felony, and I just haven't went about it yet.
Yeah.
So aside from that, there's probably my teeth. I've had all my teeth like fixed and filled and stuff, but a lot of my teeth are like mostly fillings, So every time like a filling falls out or they have to do new filling, they're like, eventually you're going to probably have to have full root canal or full caps and full new teeth. And,
Yeah.
I'm missing a few teeth here and there from.
Me too.
It might be something to look forward to.
So yeah,
as a
anything
positive?
that costs tens of thousands of dollars, I don't really look forward to.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what you could do?
But it's true.
You could take yourself a vacation and go get it done out of country.
I've been thinking about doing that for some stem cells for my back and neck.
Dude, they got some really rad shit. I think
Yeah.
it's Turkey is doing some really cool shit for hair and teeth right now, and like top doctors, you know.
That's interesting.
I didn't know
Yeah.
about Turkey. I know about Mexico.
Yeah, it's medical tourism.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard of that. I saw a
Yeah, I
documentary
mean,
on that.
you say you pick your service, and they have it's like a all inclusive thing. Like you fly there, they've got a place you stay, they feed you, you go through the medical procedure, that you go through the healing, and then you come home.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
trip for my stem cells, I looked into it. And now that I'm 5 years away from the cancer, I could do stem cells, but for my neck and back, it'd be like.
Wait, go back. You didn't mention cancer.
So I went in 2020. I had this hemorrhoid that was bugging me real bad. That was a product of my addiction. It was finally to the point where I was sick of dealing with blood
Yeah.
a lot every time I
Went to
went to
the
the bathroom.
doctor.
So I went to the doctor to have it removed, looked at it to see about removal. And when they looked at it, they found cancer in my rectum. So luckily, it was just a slow growing carcinoma. It wasn't like typical rectal cancer.
Right.
That's what they said. And so they removed it. And I just had my, had
5-year
another
checkup?
colonoscopy this year, just this year, a couple months ago, last month. And still cancer free.
That's awesome.
The cool part about it is you get a colonoscopy every year.
Yeah, well, the first colonoscopy, bro, I was awake the whole time. I remember the whole thing.
I remember
You were awake?
I remember you.
I wasn't supposed to be.
Oh,
Yeah, I remember talking to you afterwards.
Yeah, I saw the whole video. Like, I watched the whole thing on
No.
video. Yeah, I watched it. I saw the whole thing on video.
no.
I could
That's
tell you
wrong.
about the whole thing.
Nope. Sorry. That's cool that you're cancer free.
Yeah.
My dad had cancer diagnosed a couple years ago, I think 2 years ago, and he just did all his treatments. And I had dinner with him a couple of weeks ago, and he's cancer free.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
yeah, that's cool.
My dad ultimately passed away from cancer
Oh, so it's in the family. Huh?
2015.
You got-
It's every kind
history.
of cancers in my family, pretty much.
Well, that's kind of scary.
Yeah, my dad was throat cancer. After I had this one, I told my aunt, and she was like, "Oh, your great grandmother died of rectal cancer."
Wow.
My other grandmother had skin cancer. So there's a lot of cancer in my
Yeah,
family.
I hope you stay up on all that.
My grandfather died at 50 of a heart attack.
You better
So,
get in shape,
there's-
buddy.
I'm in pretty good shape. I get blood work done every year.
No, I'm kidding.
I know. I do all of this stuff.
So consequences, just you have some physical stuff.
Yeah, I've paid off all my restitution and all that long ago. There was a lot of money I had to pay back. That's really, there's some physical stuff. My teeth, I don't think my body's really a product of the active addiction at this point. I think it's a lot of the stuff I've done to it since I've been clean.
Yeah.
Being really hard on it.
Well, almost be 19 years is a long time to be beating up on your body.
Yeah.
Clean.
Yeah.
Let's see. Assets.
Oh, now we're getting into the hard stuff.
Yeah. This is always somebody's
Fucking
favorite.
fire them off, dog.
What assets do you have that helps you be of service to others? Or just name your assets.
Let's see. Hardworking, loving, kind, compassionate, thoughtful. Learning to be more empathetic.
So empathy.
Yeah.
Honest,
Honest. Yeah.
courageous.
I have integrity.
Patience.
Yeah, those.
I mean,
Consistency.
yeah, like an outside person's observation sometimes see more than what we acknowledge in ourselves. And so it's always kind of cool to have other people.
You're you're a very safe place.
I was going to say that one because I've actually, on the fourth step in the step working guides, one of the questions is, what are the assets that work for you or that you like that others like and that work for you?
Yeah.
Something like that. And so one of the times I did that, it was suggested to me to actually text other people in my support group so they could tell me what ones they like.
Oh, yeah.
So the first time it was super uncomfortable,
Yeah, absolutely.
and I didn't have any women really close enough to that I felt close enough to ask. And so the next time through the steps, I had women close enough to text and ask. And that was when I got back from a lot of them, was that I was a safe person, so that felt really good.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
Great one.
Yeah.
I've been told that, well, more lately, but like 20 years ago, I was sharing a meeting, and after the meeting, these two young girls, like in their mid 20s, came up to me and said, Kevin, we really like you. You were a safe person to be around. And like that kind of floored me. And it made me feel good and uncomfortable. But the fact that, especially the opposite sex, felt safe around you that's huge for some of us in the places we
For
came.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm a good father. That's another one that's really important to me. And that's a really important one to me. I'm a good father. And
when you say a good father, that could be anything. I notice that when you speak about your kids, you talk, and I could see it in your eyes. Your eyes show that you have compassion and love for your children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm present for them. I get to try and be the parent for them that I didn't have, and
I love that one.
Yeah, like you said earlier, try and break those generational
cycles. Yeah,
cycles of trauma and addiction, but yeah, I get to be present. I get to show up. I get to try and teach them about life, teach them things that I wasn't taught, like stuff as simple as finances and how to do paperwork, or like you were doing earlier, helping with stuff for school and all that type of stuff.
Stability.
Yeah.
Healthy communication.
Taught them to drive.
Any kind of resource for your children.
I didn't get taught to drive. I taught myself to drive.
Me too. No, actually, that's not true.
I got one driving lesson with my mom in her truck, and then that was it.
You got taught how to crash.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
You know how to crash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just fucking wreck it.
I got taught how to drive when I was like 10 or 11. My dad, I think he taught me how to drive a forklift.
Okay.
But he would drag us to his work. He ran on a lumber company, and so that was it. He taught me how to drive a 3 on the tree with a clutch at like 11 years old. So, but
that's a chunky list of assets. Good.
Your assets,
and they're all fucking accurate.
Thank you for what you guys said as well.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, like, when you first got clean, when you did your first 4-step, did it have assets on it?
It was supposed to.
Yeah. So how hard was that?
Oh, it was impossible, man. It was. I might have had a couple things on there, but it was, even just to write those, it felt fraudulent. It didn't feel. I couldn't tell you what it was on there, it was so long ago.
Yeah.
But I know that it didn't feel, like I said, it felt fraudulent. It felt like a lie. And
you still had the old tapes playing in your head.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. And even the next time through the steps, when I got back from being gone for so long, even that list of assets felt fraudulent. The next couple probably, until I got rid of that list of self-resentments.
Nice.
After that, they started to finally feel real.
That's killer.
Yeah.
You said that you've done therapy?
Yeah. I've been doing therapy on and off for about probably 17 years, something like that now.
Nice.
So,
So I'm sure that helps a lot with that
it
self-talk.
helps. It helps a ton. Yeah, it's been a game changer, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some stuff that just I feel just needs that extra training. You know.
Yeah. Josh and I talked about, I think we're going to schedule this for in January, doing just a episode with an outside therapist
Oh, nice.
and a trauma therapist.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
having,
we both done some trauma therapy with actually.
yeah.
Nice.
And we're going to do a whole episode on just explaining the different types of trauma and how to deal with it. But
That'd be sick.
yeah, we'll see how that goes.
I'm doing brain spotting therapy right now.
Oh, no shit.
So I don't know. I've done 2 sessions. I got one scheduled for tomorrow, actually.
Wait, aren't you doing that too,
I'm
Josh?
doing neurofeedback
I've heard of that too.
with Eric.
Okay,
You
nice.
guys
Yeah.
are doing some crazy shit.
Brain spotting's interesting. I think it's working.
Yeah.
It's hard to say, but I feel like it's it's just kind of letting the body and the brain
That's cool.
do its own thing.
Anything to get better, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. Big support there. All right. Last question on these cards. How are you showing your gratitude for your recovery?
Well, I'm gonna start with this one. I'm gonna gratitude text with some amazing fellas that I'm
Fellas.
very appreciative of.
That is a game changer every morning for me when I see that text roll through.
Yeah,
And-
yeah.
I don't respond right away, but that's like on my mind first thing in the morning.
I know I've missed it some, but I definitely appreciate it even when I miss it. You know.
I miss it most, dude. I miss it most of the
You
time.
just don't read them?
No.
Okay.
It does and that's the unfortunate part about where my headspace is most of the time right now is it just I see things like I told you told me today you said I'll see you tonight. I'm like, what the fuck is tonight? And I have reminders on my phone that have gone off.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't
Your eyes glaze over when it's something that you just don't
know
focus on.
You were there when we scheduled it.
I know. And I don't
I get it.
it doesn't there's most things aren't sticking right now. And I've got a lot of shit going on, so I probably just block out what I'm like, if it's not 100% necessary, it just breezes by. Yeah.
Grunt at it and
Yeah.
then move on.
Yeah.
So I also I'm of service. But right now it's the least amount of service commitment that I've had in a long time. I'm just
Yeah.
the birthday person at my home group primary purpose.
You are
I'm the birthday person, and that's my only service commitment right now.
Probably feels good, honestly.
It's been a long time, dude. I've been of service in some manner. I'm also a sponsor, but I been of service of some form since I moved to Auburn in 2015.
I remember doing the business meetings for New Hope early on with you. Like right when I got here, I'm like, you're like, we're going to a business meeting, or I'm going to a business meeting. I'm like, what is that? I just went to business meetings for like 6, 7, 8 months, like brand new, and just sat there and watched.
Is that when I was the general secretary?
Yeah.
I was still learning, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. But I learned a lot.
Yeah.
Learned a lot.
That's
That was a
cool.
good group. It was a good group.
Yeah.
It was a pretty solid group of people. I got a really good taste of what it looks like to like organize.
have a functioning.
Yeah. There was
service
some
body.
good experience in there, and things worked.
That's fortunate for you.
Yeah. I landed in a good spot for that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like my first experience with area service as a GSR. So we're talking like in the late 80s, and there's chairs flying across the room. There's fist fights outside the door. You know, it's just
Tight, dude.
Yeah, and you know, and I'm like, all right, I guess nothing changes except we're not getting loaded.
Yeah.
This is just like how it was. But yeah, I mean, things have changed over the years.
Of course.
But yeah.
Let's see what else.
Practicing principles.
Yeah, I mean, I try and practice principles. Like, so if I'm out I was with my mom the other day, so I took my mom to I've been visiting my mom a lot lately
Yeah.
because she's going through some stuff. She's still active in her addiction. She's still my mom,
Right.
but she's also been calling me a little bit more, which it's been cool, man. So she called me the other day. Her boyfriend of like 15 years passed away. She found him deceased on the porch the other
Oh no
few weeks
way.
ago. And
That's sad.
yeah. And she's been grieving. And but she doesn't really know what's going on with her. She knows she's having emotions and stuff, but she doesn't know.
Yeah.
So she called me the other day. She's like, I can't stop crying. I'm upset, and I don't know why I can't stop crying. And I'm like, and she's crying, and she's like, I'm sorry for calling you and And I'm like, Mom, it's okay. You're supposed to be doing what you're doing. Like, you're grieving. You were with this guy she's
Right.
73, and she still doesn't understand feelings and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I got to like walk her through and share this stuff with her. The stuff that I was taught here, and the stuff that when I was a little kid, she was telling me wasn't okay. So I got to do this like full circle shit with her.
That's pretty awesome.
And she like thanked me, and I was like, just call me anytime, like.
So you're setting the positive example for your mom right now.
Yeah.
And you're showing her like compassion and empathy.
Yeah. And then I took her to the grocery store a couple days later, and I was just how I am with everybody in society. I'm
Yeah.
like super nice and polite and like, hey, how you doing? Have a good day and all this. And we left, walked out, and she's like, you're so nice. You're so polite and nice. And she's like, I'm just so proud of you, And like, so that's part of how I just show my gratitude. Like, I'm just trying to like be loving and kind in all my affairs,
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's awesome and amazing.
She's still working?
no, she
Just-
hasn't worked in 20 years probably.
Just
She's on Social Security, and she lives out in Rough and Ready. There's only PG&E bill, NID bill. Me and my brother are paying the property taxes out there.
Oh, at your
the
parents'
property,
house.
yeah, the same house that I grew up in.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I think we're at that time.
Yeah, crazy story. Something that stands out from just your life where you're like a holy shit.
I mean, it could be a positive or it could be a scary one or like a crazy using story, like something that really stands out. Could
Yeah,
be while you're in recovery.
We've heard prison war stories. We've heard I did some wild, funny shit while I was spun out. We've heard, you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
we've heard all kinds of stuff.
There's the girl that fell off a cliff. Yeah. There's the guy that won a Grammy. There was a couple other ones.
Oh boy, let me think for just a second.
Well, there's what were you talking about? Morphine lollipops or something like that. And first thing Josh says when we come back from break, because we like some are really long to take a break, and Josh comes on air and goes, "Well, we were just talking about morphine lollipops and anal, something else anal." It's like, wow. Well, welcome back, everyone. Yeah. Exploratory.
Did the second episode of that ever come out?
Yeah, it dropped
Oh,
like 2 weeks ago.
I'll have to go check it out.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. There's nothing super crazy from when I was getting loaded. I think I told my mom trying to kill us was a pretty crazy story.
That is
from
crazy.
Yeah.
Being 15 years old, and also that I was like, just fucking do it,
Yeah.
And then she tried to do it. And then, getting clean, there's just so much cool shit that's happened.
Yeah.
We took a trip to Mexico. That was fucking rad.
That was fun.
And we did this.
There was a bunch of you guys that went.
There's a bunch of us that
Couples.
went. And Josh
got sick
didn't
as
get to go to this fucking jungle excursion. We didn't check the
Too big for the zip line.
too big for the zip line. Yeah.
Oh, no way, really?
There was a ton of zip lines, but
But he wasn't allowed to go.
he was too big by a couple pounds.
If I remember right, is this the same trip where somebody, when you guys came back, somebody pulled up a picture on their phone and showed it to me, and it was Josh naked at the beach?
Same trip, yeah.
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 Thanks, Josh, for
No
that.
problem.
That was a
was-
shiny white ass.
Yeah.
No
That
problem,
was
dude.
I don't like, why are you showing me?
Dude, we did a fucking
naked
full
picture.
blown naked photo shoot on the beach in Mexico, dude.
Did somebody dare you to do that?
Yeah.
You should have freaking. It's too bad you didn't say something. We could have all like. Well, I mean, at least I would have done it with you.
Yeah. Well, I think it was me, Nicole, James, and Destiny that went. And I was like, I'm jumping in, dude. And James was like, bet you won't do it naked.
Yeah,
Oh, there's a bet.
Okay.
yeah.
And then he started snapping.
Yeah. And then
pictures.
I like came up on the beach on a wave and like put my hand under my cheek and was like, and Nicole just in her shoes came out and she was laughing so hard she couldn't even hold the phone still.
That
Just
was
started
such a fun trip.
doing
dude.
a photo shoot, dude.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So so you have some highlights.
Yeah, I
of
missed that
recovery.
one, but so we did a jungle
we got
excursion.
so sick.
Oh yeah, a handful of us got
Good
so
lord,
sick.
dude.
Most different times.
Throwing
Me
up
and Josh were
and
sick.
shitting
Me
at
and
the
Josh were
same
sick at the
time.
same time, and Serenity and Jeff were sick at the same time.
Oh god.
Yeah,
dude.
puking and shitting. Me, I didn't get as sick as everybody else, but
You guys were drinking the water, huh?
Who knows, dude?
Who knows? It could have been ice cubes. I don't know. But,
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just found I was talking with somebody about Sayulita, and they were like, yeah, Sayulita, they're because of how much it's the boom that's happened there,
Yeah.
their
Sewage.
sewage and stuff hasn't kept up. And so
Oh.
when the water gets high or it rains a lot or whatever, it backs up a lot into the water
Ew.
system. And so,
Gross.
yeah, that would explain it.
Bottled water. That's all I know when I travel Mexico.
Dude, after we got sick, I was even scared of bottled water, dude.
Yeah.
I was even-
yeah.
You
I'm
weren't
like-
scared of it?
I was. I
Oh.
was even scared of bottled water because
Oh.
like I heard that they will put caps back on.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. Some of the bottled water didn't seem like the caps were properly
Oh,
fastened.
shit.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
they
no.
just filled them back up
Yeah.
and different water levels in the bottles.
Yeah.
But we did this jungle excursion where there was multiple zip lines. Like you got to swing off of a tree. There was a water slide where you had to put on like elbow pads and ankle pads to protect your shit because it was super steep and fast. You got to drive side by sides. They had governor, or they made you go slow, which sucked. But they had one of those wind tunnels to do like skydiving.
This is in Puerto Vallarta?
45 minutes from Puerto Vallarta, yeah, out in the jungle.
Yeah.
And then they did. What else they do?
I might have.
There
went
was
to
like
the
a
same
1
thing.
mile long Superman zip line through the top of the canopy. They at one point whoops, I just hit the mic. There was like they cut out a big circle out of the top of the trees, so you went through this giant circle,
Wow.
and you had a GoPro on. Well, everybody else in our group on their videos, because we bought the video plan
Yeah.
package. Everybody else, when you'd watch the video, you could see like the trees and the leaves and all the different shit flying by them, you know? And mine, because I barely made the weight limit.
Barely.
So, like everybody else, except for James, me and James were like, but James still was, you could still see the trees and shit on his. But and you could hear the zip lines going on everybody else's. Mine, when I'm going, I mean, it was just a green blur going past, and then all you could hear was
You're hauling ass.
ass. And I'm just fucking giggling like a little schoolgirl, dude. Just like, just having a fucking blast, dude.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
I might have went to the same place.
We swam with dolphins
They
instead.
swam with dolphins instead.
That's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
It was
It was.
such a badass trip, and just jumping in the waves and
So you got more trips like that to look forward to.
yeah,
Very cool.
done hundreds of concerts and just
You're a big Yeah, before we close, you're a big metal fan,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Something we didn't ask on the last one. What about your spirituality? What does that look like?
You know, I
good
try and
question.
keep my spirituality as simple as possible
Yeah,
because when I got here, I mean, I wasn't raised religious or anything.
right.
I remember my dad telling me when I was a kid, be careful be careful saying God damn it, because you don't know what God will damn. Made a joke about damming up my ass or something, you know?
Right.
And I remember reading like a children.
Really?
Yeah. Might not be able
I've
to
never
shit.
heard that.
Yeah. And I remember reading like a little bit of a children's Bible and stuff like that, but no religion. And but I had like this weird concept of some kind of God that was like punishing me for where I was at in life. And
Right.
like, I was going to live this long miserable life because God wouldn't let me die like I wanted. And
Did you get that from like a society's concept of what God is?
I don't
at
really
the time?
know where
I mean,
it came from. I don't really know. Maybe a whole bunch of different things. you
Yeah.
know? And so when I got here, I was like, I don't got any like, I don't got any like proof of a God, you know, like I don't like nothing I can like reach out and touch.
Yeah.
But this guy Dave, I was telling you about, real spiritual guy, and I didn't ever pray. I never pray other than the 911 prayers.
Dave from Grass Valley.
No, I don't remember where he was from. He's a gray-haired dude. He had the TP Cruiser.
He taught you something profound.
He did. He said, I was in treatment and I was less than 30 days or less than 60 days, and I couldn't stop thinking about getting loaded. I was obsessing, you know, and I told him, if you tried praying for the obsession to be lifted? I don't pray, dude. I don't believe in God. And he said, and I said, and I don't want to pray the wrong way.
Mm.
And he said, there's no wrong way to pray. Just do it. And so I just started praying, God, please remove the obsession, Jesus. I just lay in my bed and say that prayer. That was it. That was all I was willing to do. 3 or 4 weeks went by, and all of a sudden I couldn't remember when I had thought about getting loaded again. And that was the first real proof of something
Yeah.
bigger than me. And then he did this group, and he said, think back to your life, through your life, of any time when something happened that was unexplainable, where you could have died, where you could have been arrested, but you just missed the opportunity. You just left the crime, and the cops showed up. Anything that was wild and crazy that could have, that could have been horribly wrong or horribly different, but it's unexplainable how it happened, how it did.
Yeah.
And there were so many different things in my life that had happened. The thing with my mom. There were times where like I was just leaving a burglary, and like we passed a cop right after, and like I would have went to prison, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like I was divinely blessed by that, but it feels like it was some kind of fantastic timing that I didn't go to prison that night, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because I wasn't meant to yet.
I've had a few of those.
And there was just a whole bunch of times, and there were things as a little kid too that I don't remember right in this moment, but and so that gave me some proof of something. Didn't really know what, but there were times later in my recovery where like I was starting to doubt God, and because I didn't have this like tangible proof of it, and I was like, no, fuck that, dude. You just need to pay attention and just look and just hear and just feel and see. And so as long as I stay open-minded, I hear what I need to hear when I need to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Could be from you guys. Could be from a cashier at a grocery store. I can't tell you how many times I've been like shopping or talking to somebody and that's not in recovery, and they say exactly what I need to hear when I need to hear it. Or I'm thinking about somebody and I see a fucking animal that reminds me of that person, or whatever the case may be. You know?
I get it.
So I just need to keep it as simple as I can, because if I start trying to like define my God down to something that's too perfect, I'll pick it apart into where it doesn't exist for me.
Yeah. So you literally take it that it's a higher power that you don't understand.
Pretty much, it's energy. It's in everybody. It's
Yeah.
a little bit of everything.
That's mine too.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
very just spiritual.
Yeah,
Nice. Okay, good.
yeah,
That's the loudest thing for me.
yeah.
Like it's the loudest version of a higher power that I've ever been able to find. Like
It's in nature. It's
just
nature is
there.
like,
just feel it.
yeah, it's energy. It's all that stuff.
I go out in the back, here at the ranch, and I'm out in the back forest, and I stop for like 5 minutes, completely silent, and just listen to the sounds, and my whole body changes. It's like, oh shit. This is like, I get attuned to the nature around me, and my whole like life is like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm the same way. That's cool. Well, Sam, thank you very much for being willing to participate in this.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you for being a victim, a willing victim.
Yeah,
for,
I
thanks for
learned a
asking me.
lot about you that I didn't know already.
Yeah,
So
me
that's
too.
very cool.
Yeah, the naked bottle rocket guy.
That's funny. Fucking funny.
Yeah.
That would have been the fucking crazy story.
See, that was just so commonplace for me. That's the thing.
I know,
like
but
it's not even crazy.
For us,
Yeah.
that's fucking
That's
great.
true. Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's what's funny. That is also what's funny is that like my life, the way it was growing up
Yeah.
and everything, I mean, is like the commonplace stuff is crazy to other people. And I'm like, it was just normal, everyday stuff. When he came to my mom's house for the first time, she got emotional and like started crying and shit because she was like, holy shit, this is where you grew up. This is the house you lived in. Like, and you're the man you are today. Like, what the fuck? Like, and she started crying and shit. And I was like, I don't understand really. I can't say I don't understand, but like, I
That's-
think,
When I said it's a testimony
yeah,
earlier, it's a testimony to the program. Like
Yeah, absolutely.
thinking about that type of childhood and that environment, and then like none of that stuff is visible on you. You can't see that stuff. You have to hear you tell that story in order to see that.
I got one more crazy story if you guys got time.
Yeah,
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 dude.
yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it. We got time.
So I was clean for this one too, but this is a testimony to the program too. So I was and God. So this is a whole
right.
wild story. Okay,
Let's-
so I was working at this place in Nevada City where there's no cell phone service about the last 15 minutes of the drive. And I'm driving and
Where at?
it's a camp. There's up off of you can take Coyote Street or the street right after Coyote.
No, nobody listening
Yeah.
is going to look on a
No,
map.
I know.
Just-
There's a
just
bunch
curious.
of camps up there in Nevada City. In the summertime, there's a bunch of kids that go camping up there, like Christian camps and stuff.
Okay.
So the last 15 minutes of the drive, there's no cell phone service. And I'm in that last 15-minute section of the drive. And it's like 8 a.m., 7:30, 8 a.m. I'm on my way to work.
Yeah.
And I get a cell phone call from my mom. And she's like, Sam, you need to get out here right now. He attacked me. And she's talking about the guy I just said just passed away.
Uh-huh.
He attacked me. You need to get out here, help me. I'm in trouble. I'm bleeding. I don't know. I shouldn't say I'm bleeding. She said, he attacked me. He attacked your dad. He's stealing from us. Some shit like that. I don't remember. Something like that.
And you were in an area where you weren't supposed to get cell phone reception.
Hadn't had cell phone reception any of the days I went to work. I don't think she said he attacked me. She said, he's stealing from your dad. You need to come help me. Oh, my God. So I turn around. I said, okay, I'll be right there. I turn around. And I get back to service. I call my boss, tell him I got to go check this out, And I'm like, adrenaline's hitting me already. I'm already like vibrating.
Ugh.
And I think to myself, it must have been, it was right before 9 o'clock because there was 9 a.m. meetings in Grass Valley and then noon meetings. So I look at the clock and I go, I better hit a meeting before I go there.
Oh, no kidding.
For some reason, I thought I better hit a meeting. And so I swing over to the meeting and I walk in and I sit down. And this chick that I was hanging out with at the time, and she sees me and she goes, "Are you okay?" I go, "Yep, I'm fine." But I'm vibrating, you know. I'm like shaking. My hands are shaking. I can't because there's adrenaline flowing. Like I'm angry, and I know I'm not okay at all. But I'm like, "Yep, I'm fine." So after the meeting, we go outside, and I'm like, "Yeah." She gets it out of me. She's like, "Why don't you take a couple people with you?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to put them through it. You know, it's like not a safe place." And by then, she said it loud enough so they could hear me. So
Oh, yeah.
a couple members, one with more time than me and one with like 6 months. They're both still clean. They go, "Yeah, we'll go with you." They jump in my truck, and I reluctantly take them with me. And we drive out to Rough and Ready. And as we're almost to my driveway, this dude's walking out of the driveway. And I'm like, okay, thank God, you know? It's already over. He's leaving. He's just, "Oh, yeah, your mom just.
It's the boyfriend?
The boyfriend. Your
walking
mom's
out?
just being how she's being in one of her things, she's freaking out and blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go up and check on her. Okay. He's like, I'm going to head down the road to this other people's house. So I pull in all the way up. And as I get to the top of the driveway, we're like getting out of we're all three out of the truck. And my mom leans out of her bedroom window. And she's got her hand out the bedroom window. And she goes, "That motherfucker bit me. He fucking bit me." And her hand's just pouring blood. And I just immediately see red.
Ugh.
And I turn. I don't even think. I just turn. Well, I did think one thought.
Yeah.
I'm going to run this guy over. That was my only thought, was I'm going to run him over in my truck. And I turn so fast that when I saw these guys that came with me from NA, I slid in my tracks. Like I didn't even, like I turned to go to my truck to go run this guy over, and I slid. And I went, fuck. Well, I can't
Run him over.
go murder this guy. And I can't make these guys a fucking accessory, and I can't leave them here in this unsafe place. So I guess I have to do the right thing and call the police.
Wow.
And, so Narcotics is Anonymous, and just taking the suggestions and being a part of in the middle of the pack saved my life that day.
That's
You know, I already had a daughter. I already had, you know, like,
That was the story that I thought about when we asked that question.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad it came up.
Yeah, so I called the police. We sat there. I even told the cops that exact same thing.
yeah.
Like I turned to go jump in my truck to go run this guy over, and my buddies were here and I couldn't do it. And he said, "I would have had the same thought." The cop told me I would have had the same thought as you.
Yeah. So he did bite your mom?
My mom was all wasted on pills and shit, and I think she stuck her hand in his mouth. Yeah, he did. Who knows? But
Yeah, you never know. Huh?
never know. But he, you know, they went and arrested him. He went to jail. There was a restraining order for a little while, and then she let it lapse, and then
Got back together and
they got back together. And I basically told the guy, like, you know, I put my foot down. I put down some boundaries with him, and nothing like that ever happened again. But
yeah.
there was no more. Everything was kosher after that.
Wow.
But,
Yeah, that's intense.
Would you like to survive?
yeah.
Would you like to live?
It's interesting that you like that story. That you had some. I don't know. I mean, the people were there to help you make a good decision. And looking back on it, that was like probably your higher power
hmm
or whatever. I think my daughter was around 13 or so, 14. She's doing cheerleading and she's in the park with the rest of the cheerleaders. And I get a phone call. There's a guy at the park flashing the girls, you know, like,
Oh boy.
yeah. And so, you know, I called the cops.
Yeah.
And my first thought was to take my firearm out to that park,
Yeah.
and I chose not to do that, and I called the cops. And then somebody, I was at a meeting later that night, and I shared about that, and then some guy came up during discussion and goes, "Man, you're better than me. I would have taken that guy out." You know, and this is a guy with like 20 plus years,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, well, I had the thought, but I chose different.
Yeah.
You know, and the program works.
Well, and that's just a testament to, some of the things that made me change the most were members with more time than me that were sharing some of the same things that I was going through with less time than them. And I'm going, I do not want to still be going through this in another 10 years like they are. Like, I needed to work on this now.
I don't want to be like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
And so,
Good.
I mean, that's just one addict helping another,
Sweet.
one way or another.
Right on, Sam. I love you, buddy.
I love you too.
Thanks,
I love
Sam.
both you guys very much.
Love you. Thank you guys. Love you guys.
I love you too.
Thank you for hanging out with us today. We really appreciate you being here and being part of this community. Just a quick heads up before we wrap. The people we talk to on this show are just sharing their own personal stories. They do not speak for any specific recovery program or group. It's just their experience, strength, and hope. Well, that's it for now, and please remember that you can follow us on any of your streaming platform that you listen to, and somewhere in there on that streaming platform there is a donate button if you care to help out with our monthly fees that we have to pay to produce each episode, and there's a follow button. There's also somewhere on your streaming platform you can text us and send us a response or email or check-in. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you.